Hey folks, today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Valvoline, the original motor oil. That's right, Valvoline is America's very first motor oil brand. For 150 years, they've been innovating, creating, and reinventing motor oil. From the first high mileage to the first synthetic blend to the first racing oil, they've never stopped pursuing innovation to maximize engine life. Their latest innovation, Extended Protection Full Synthetic Motor Oil, provides 50% better wear protection than industry standards and is 10 times stronger against oil breakdown. Valvoline Extended Protection is specifically formulated with dual defense additive technology, which combines an innovative additive boosted with a fortified detergent system. You may not think that you're a severe driver, but short trips, towing, extreme temperatures, turbocharged engines, heavy loads, and spirited drives will all put extra pressure on your engine. Just listen to people like Chris Forsberg, Rob Dahm, Freddie, Tavares Hernandez, Speed Academy, Gears and Gasoline, Dustin Williams, and TJ Hunt, all trusting Valvoline in their cars. Valvoline is the only motor oil that has a dedicated engine lab where they can run specialized engine tests and standardized engine tests right in their own facility. They're also the #1 supplier of EV battery fluids globally, offering tailored products to help extend vehicle range and efficiency. Find Valvoline now at your local auto parts store. Ask for Extended Protection Full Synthetic by name. Also, I'm sure you've heard us talking about it, but please remember that when you're thinking about what should I watch on the TV tonight, that All Cars Go to Heaven 3 is now up in its entirety on our YouTube channel. We've heard that some folks weren't getting it in their subscription notifications. We've heard other folks have been waiting for all of the episodes to air so they could binge watch it. It's about 80 minutes total over all 4 episodes. They are really, really fun. We bought some truly disgusting, terrible used cars. We modified them in a fun way. We brought them to Texas and did a variety of really fun challenges. If this sounds familiar and you're saying that you guys just ripped off Top Gear, yeah, that's true. We kind of did. But that's okay, because all cheap car challenges kind of rip off Top Gear. And unlike Top Gear, it's got me and Zach in it. That's the thing. No script, just fun exercises with our cheap eBay Motors cars, and it's a really great series. We're very proud of it. It's the best thing we've ever made, I think. So All Cars Go to Heaven 3 is on our YouTube channel right now, youtube.com/thesmokingtire. Please check it out, and if you can, share it with your people. All right, folks, on this episode of the show, my pal Jarod DeAnda is in studio. He is the announcer and the voice of Formula Drift, of Nitro Rallycross, of the Hot Wheels Legends Tour, and a bunch of other motorsport activities. He's done announcing, he's done hosting. He plays a lot of golf. He's a mid-century architecture enthusiast like myself, and we ping-pong about the universe in this one with no general direction. It is a random-ass show with Jarod DeAnda on the Smoking Tire Podcast. Is because we're probably not playing golf tomorrow because it's a 100% chance of rain.
Facts, all that.
That's the best time to go to the DMV. Nobody wants to stand in line in the rain. So I'm going out there first thing with my big golf umbrella.
You can go to one of those independent registration places. That's where I took the Crown Vic, or the guy took me, really.
Yep. They're fucking quick.
Really?
Yes.
And you don't pay like that much more.
Really?
In Arizona, that's all you do it through.
Is there one on the west side, or do I have to go to fucking
Riverside?
No. I'm sure there's one.
Dude,
okay, so I don't have to go to
it's like
actual
notary registration title office.
Yeah, but like there was already plates on the Crown Vic, right?
Yeah, but they gave me different ones. The guy wanted to keep the plates because I don't know why they weren't special.
Maybe I'll try that.
Yeah,
do that because anyways, if
nobody wants to go to DMV.
If you want custom plates, you have to get a plate anyways. Like my wife,
I don't care about custom plates. I just want plates. I just need a plate.
No, I would say
I'm on a temp reg right now, and it's no bueno.
Dude, we bought a Volkswagen Atlas out in Arizona, and because my wife needed a new car because she was company car and switched over. You know, my wife works at Momo Weld now, right?
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
So she's at Momo Weld Company.
But and the Atlas is the biggest MQB vehicle they've got.
Isn't it
funny that it feels like a Golf? It's like this huge 7-passenger vehicle. Like it's actually a Golf.
I really like it. It's just unfortunate that the electronics just fucking glitch, dude. Just
really?
Yeah.
What year is it?
Brand new.
Brand new.
Wow.
Oh, that's not
Just
good.
like
That
sometimes
sucks.
it's like buffering, and you're like,
it buffers?
It doesn't
Yes.
buffer.
Oh.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't literally buffer.
Well,
But
he
the
had
center screen, I had the
he had the
ID4.
ID4 and it buffered.
It said sound. I was trying to change the sound settings, and it said this will be available soon. And it was like spinning wheel, and then it just said that.
Control Alt Delete.
Yeah. Dude, it was
Up,
slow.
up, down, down, left, right.
In fairness to Volkswagen, Zach, are you broadcasting the iPad screen right now?
Do we go live?
No.
Somehow you're not. The studio monitor is showing the iPad screen.
So are we live?
Yes.
Oh, on YouTube.
That's odd,
Yeah,
'cause
but
I'm
don't worry,
definitely
like
not.
because our
Yeah,
our
what's the
our
format?
live stream. Well, we're doing the show now. This is it.
Oh, okay,
The
cool.
live stream is for our Patreon people.
Oh, okay.
So there's not a very high
Do they
number.
want to see titties or something?
It's not a very high number of people that watch it live, but they also get ad free and they get a bunch of other stuff too. They get to ask questions during the show.
I like that.
Yeah, you got to be a patron to do that. It's actually it's a good system.
Yeah, no, the Driftcast guys were doing that for a while.
Yeah.
And then most recently, a homegirl part of our derelict golf crew. Her name's Shanky Haney.
Her real name?
No, her real name's Liz.
Oh, okay.
But she has a
That's a
Patreon.
great name.
Yeah, it is good, right? Shanky Haney.
Yeah.
She lives in New York and she's a golf professional. And yeah, she's originally from Pennsylvania. Never met her in person, but she's like, I have this pirate derelict golf group. They're
I
called
like the
Calamari
idea
Airlines.
of like dirtbag golf crew.
It 1,000% exists. If you want to really see it, go down to Oceanside, California. There's a track called Emerald Isle, and it's not a total goat ranch, but it's mildly. But it's just like par threes and fun. It's not executive course. They do have par fours, but then also the more bespoke pirate golfers is Goat Hill Park, which used to be the Oceanside Muni, and then do you remember the clothing company Ashworth?
Yeah.
So John Ashworth, he sold Ashworth, and then now he has a company called Link Soul. Well, the Oceanside Muni, which is head of North County Golf Junior Association, they wanted to tear that thing down. So him and a couple buddies wrote an RFP, or there was an RFP out for it. What do you want to do with the land? And they developed into this awesome golf course that has like fire pits, allow your dogs disc golf next to
really?
it. Dude, out on the range.
Oh,
they
it's
have-
like a whole thing.
It's a thing. You go to the driving range, but they have the technology for club speed and all this stuff, and ball, dispensers. But they have huge gongs. They have bells out there. It's just
You're hitting golf balls at gongs?
Yeah. Isn't that great?
Oh, that rules.
Yeah, we should go down there.
This dude we know has some track of dirt out in the middle of nowhere, like in the middle of nowhere, like 70 miles north of town. That's like not what do you call it?
Zoned?
Like there's no laws. Like it's like there's basically no laws. You can do anything you want there.
Okay.
And it's a private gun range, basically. And he hung up on this hillside. He's got, a flat bit and then a big hillside.
Yep.
And he hung scuba tanks off of chains on the hillside, and he just cut the bottoms off the scuba tank, and it's like a big bell. So you fucking sniper rifle things like dong, and it carries like a tuning fork.
Oh, that's sick.
The idea of doing that with golf balls is excellent.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like hit the ball picker upper thing, but like redefining target golf.
literally yesterday, so I went to a golf thing called Stadium Links. I don't know if you saw it, but basically it's an activation. They go to different baseball stadiums across the country, and when it's obviously off season.
Yeah.
And so I did this at the Big A, Anaheim Angels, and it's 9 holes, and they have mats set up all around the stadium.
What?
And you go play. That's me.
Oh my god, that rules.
There you go. Gosh, I love this.
Dude,
you're
is
the
fan-
Jamie. Obviously, Jamie's always
Yeah,
the reference,
yeah.
but this is beautiful.
Zach's funnier than Jamie by a lot.
Is he?
But, but he still has the access
I mean, he
to.
hasn't said
He
shit.
still has
That's fine. I
access
haven't
to the
laughed at anything he
resources
said yet.
Do you have to go in order?
Dude, this
What?
is great.
Yeah, there's
you're on
holes.
like the upper deck,
like hole 1 over
or the
here,
mezzanine
2.
level,
Yeah, and
club
you-
level, and you're fucking hitting onto the field. This rules.
So see the cart in the back.
Yeah.
All of us. You had 2 balls per hole per platform. So you get 18 balls. You get your sack of balls.
Oh, so there's different. There's not just different
so,
holes in the
move
field. There's
forward.
different platforms.
So these are the homies I went with.
Wow,
do you know
this rules.
Ezekiel Wheeler?
Yes, I do. I know
Ezekiel
Zeke.
invited me.
Yeah, okay,
So
cool.
Yeah, so and then these are homies. They do events, and so I just met them yesterday. A ragtag bunch of dudes. Do you see my sweater, by the way? That's Tiger Woods.
Oh, that's awesome.
I have it down in the car. That
rules.
But go ahead, look at keep going. So yeah. So
Wearing
here, this is
are you
hole
wearing the
9.
Magnus Walker
I am.
dunks, by the way?
Yes, I am.
That's an appropriate golf attire.
It's all about juxtaposition, Matt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, this looks awesome.
So $85. I was gonna do it, And then I was like, my wife just came back from PRI yesterday, and I was like, I don't know about timing, and I don't know if I'm going to make it.
Is it all pitching wedge, all sand wedge?
The longest is like $160. I think I hit an 8-iron.
Yeah, $160, but like 100 feet down.
Yeah, the slope is like, oh. Dude, BTW, no nets. Don't get too litty.
Yeah, this seems like a little shady.
Right?
Yeah.
Catch a foul ball. No! And that's the way
This is super fun. How long is this up for?
I don't know. Let's go again.
I will go to this.
So this dude,
100%.
Zach, he's a photographer, videographer. He's homies with Ezekiel.
Oh, he's got a
He
really...
opened it up. No, he took
just
his
hit out the
5-iron.
stadium.
Yeah,
He just really had a big, PGA swing there going on.
Yeah.
He seems like he's got some game though. He had a nice swing.
And this is Cal.
Who's this?
Cal just started golfing in April. Not that good.
He has an early golfer swing. It's okay though. He's got style though. He's looking good doing it.
And this is that was our homie
Dude,
shooting it. He brought out his laser. He brought out his shooter.
Oh my god. This looks shady though. It looks like you could fall off these platforms like real easily.
So there's Zeke.
This looks so fun.
So
count me in on this.
Yeah, sorry to come on your smoking tire and talk about golf.
Bro, who gives a fuck?
That's what the fuck
That's a good way to dive in.
That
straight
is
on
right.
the golf.
Yeah, just raw dog.
Yeah.
I got Joey Logano to say raw dog on a Snap-on video one time. I was like, dude, just go raw dog. He's like, yeah, let's go raw dog. I'm like,
Did he know what that meant?
I think he did,
Okay,
but he
cool.
just doubled down if you do it with a straight face.
Yeah,
It's not offensive.
Right.
You know, it's totally fine. You can say
that'll
whatever
hold
you
up.
want. I mean, not everything, but yeah.
Oh man, wow,
That's
thanks for coming.
a Porsche dial, right?
Yeah, 996 gauges.
Yep.
Brother-in-law made those. He has a company that makes all this acoustic tile paneling.
No way.
It's called oh my god, Kirai Designs. Excuse me.
That is a forgettable
They're out of
name.
San Diego.
That is a very forgettable name.
Well, I don't want to
What's
say
the
that.
reference?
I don't know.
I can say it.
I don't
Sorry,
know.
Kirai. Let's do some rebranding.
I don't know.
Here.
I will have to call John and find
It
out
should
what
be
the.
Sounds like a karate move.
customsoundending.com.
Yeah.
I have to find out what the reference is.
Yeah,
but it's all
custom sound editing channels.com.
Yeah.
.org. .edu.
it's all recycled water bottles.
Yeah. Oh,
That's how
really?
they make it. Yeah, recycled plastic.
Is Pharrell Williams part of this? I feel like Pharrell's part of this.
I don't know if you're out there, Pharrell. We need some money. Let's get on it. Yeah,
Sorry, I don't know.
it
He
works.
doesn't sing like that.
It
More
works well.
Neptunes. It's really nice. I'm very impressed with. This is probably one of the most professional, definitely the most professional podcast studio.
Oh, thanks.
But I've been to other
it's like
studios.
radio studios and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is approaching radio studio
This
level.
is beautiful.
Thanks.
I'm really impressed.
Yeah.
Who's
thanks.
the sticky? You got a weed?
That was
it's from Risk.
That was from Risk. And we had a weed sponsorship at one point.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and then it ended and we didn't take it. It ended because I stopped smoking weed.
You did?
Yeah. In
I think you
August.
told me that.
Yeah. It's okay.
Was it
feel pretty good?
That felt like a lie, Zach.
It did. It
Yeah.
sounded like
That
your
sounded like
conviction
I'm
is
missing.
waning.
Yeah. You're like, everything's fine.
Yeah, because you know why?
Hello,
because
darkness, and that's like a pause, and then hello.
Well, here's what
darkness.
happens. I put on like 15 pounds
Yeah.
when I quit smoking weed, which is not
Oh, you
how.
put on?
Yeah, I put on like 15 pounds when I quit smoking weed.
So you're
And
depressed because you don't, because
and so I'm not. I'm no longer. I'm not having anxiety attacks anymore. Now I'm purely depressed.
not masking it.
No,
just
it's
genuinely
straight
depressed.
depression from being fatter.
Oh, Matt.
Yeah,
Who's
'Cause
hosting
I worked,
here? I feel like we need a. Wait, did we just have a breakthrough?
We lay down on the couch.
I use this show as therapy a lot.
I think that's.
It's healthy.
It is.
I think it's healthy to do that. You know when people hit me up and thank me for doing that? A shockingly high number.
The conundrum with podcasts is that it's obviously just conversations, being voyeur, right, and listening.
Yeah.
And some people, 5 people, could be like, "Oh, listen to this podcast. I really liked it." But if you touch that one, I just feel like an elementary school teacher. If you get that one, if you get Zach, that was hilarious. Great joke that he coughed.
There's people.
Yeah, the sponsors are like, you know what? If you reach out to just one person, that's all we care about. That's definitely how
That's how they work.
It's definitely not what they care about.
Yeah.
It's definitely not.
No, there's people that are
breakthroughs.
like, oh, you know, it makes me feel like I have those same feelings that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like it can happen even if you drive cool cars for a living.
And the cars isn't what defines you. It's how people take your knowledge into account.
Sure.
Right? So credibility. I had this conversation.
Same thing with you and fucking talking about the race you just witnessed and are commentating on.
There you go.
Same thing.
I said this too, and don't get me wrong, I love this person. I have grown to love this person. Some people hated this person, and where that person lands right now is popular culture and just part of the whole entertainment value. Jimmy Fallon. I call it the Jimmy Fallon effect. And again, lovable guy. People hated him on SNL. Remember, he was the guy that always laughed.
He always
during the
laughed at
skits.
his own
Yeah, he was
jokes.
broke, right?
Like Family Guy made parody of him. Like,
Yeah.
when he hooked up with Meg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Meg. whatever, the daughter.
The daughter,
The
Meg.
daughter, yeah. Who coincidentally has
I think that was statutory at the time, but we don't have to go there.
Let's just leave it. Let's leave it for the cartoon cells. They don't use cells anymore. That's old school technology, kids. Jimmy Fallon laughed all the time, and what I was getting at is he has guests on, and he says, "Oh, you're the best," to everybody.
Yeah.
So if everybody's the best, that sucks.
I know.
So it devalues and discredits your opinion.
Sure.
So if you say everything's the best, nothing's
I
the
don't
best.
say everything's the best.
I know you're not. No, I'm
Yeah.
not saying. I'm not. Whoa.
Huh? I didn't know if you were bringing it back
No,
to the show or not.
no.
Just
It
leaving
has
with
nothing to
Fallon.
do with you.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
As far as the viewers who listen to you, they want no bullshit. They want to hear your opinion, and your opinion
hope
comes
they
from
get
the
that.
well, it comes from the equity in your experience
Yeah.
and your perspective.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So,
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I think you're the same.
Yeah.
I do. It's pretty good, huh?
Oh, great.
It's nice, right?
That's super good.
I wish I could remember who brought it so I could thank them, but
Was
somebody
it Taylor
did.
Hole or?
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Thank
Wow,
you.
that
It was
that
Taylor
impressive,
Hall.
yeah.
Full pull Taylor Hole.
That was Taylor Hall.
Formula Drift's competitor.
Yeah, they
Great
brought
guy.
us 2 bottles of booze.
What?
One was fucking like rocket fuel, and this was the other
That's
one.
called White Lightning.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he lives in Georgia.
Lieberman comes in here and brings like this 160 proof shit and then gets mad at you for putting ice in it too.
Oh,
It's
come
like,
on.
no, you will drink this gasoline pure.
And you will like it.
Yeah.
This is E85.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
just-
runway racing.
Okay.
That's what it's for.
Yeah, he was an extra on the movie Cocktail with Tom Cruise.
Right.
And just like he was the guy who's like, bring in the stunt cock. Like just blowing it.
Dude, I used to date a girl who was a bartender that would blow fire of 151. It was fucking sexy, I'll be honest with you. She was a
Hannah's
she
your
was-
wife, right? She's
yes.
not listening, is
Hannah
she?
doesn't do that.
Okay.
I,
I'm just
it would be nice if she tried that. I don't really see her doing that.
I heard it burns your fillings.
I mean, it's not good for you.
Zach,
And she
go
would,
ahead,
this
fire it
girl,
up.
I can't
this
be
girl
good
would
for
do
you.
this
You're
other
blowing
thing
fire out of your
because
mouth.
she would swig it and then dunk her hand in some 151, wave it over a candle to light her hand on fire, and then blow a kiss of fire. It was fucking gnarly.
And that was the moment I knew she wasn't the right one when I introduced her to my parents, and that was her entrance.
Nice to meet you.
Sarah's the name.
He's like a magician.
Yeah. The Magnificent.
Yeah. And then she burned the house down. It was fucking brutal.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, yeah.
Should we talk about racing?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Does it matter?
No, I admittedly, anybody who's listening right now, I saw you, Matt, and our relationship goes back to, I remember vividly. Do you remember like one of the first times we hung out?
I mean, we're pre-Grid Life. We're talking about Grid
Yeah,
Life?
pre-Grid
Yeah,
Life.
like way back in the
Yeah.
day. Like SEMA Hoonigan,
No.
first ever one?
No, even further.
No. Like 07? How far back are we going?
Right here off of Lincoln.
Uh-huh.
Is that Santa Monica? The bar that has the racing turtles.
Oh, Brennan's.
Brennan's.
Yeah. Don't point at the turtles.
You,
Thursday
me,
night.
Vaughn Gittin Jr.
Oh, yeah. That
There was like a crew of like 10 of us.
Yeah, that was probably 09, right when I first moved here. It was
Okay.
literally it was before I moved here.
I think so.
Yeah, I was
It
with
was.
Craig Lieberman.
Yeah.
And Tim Whitcomb and Tanner, because we were shooting that show that never went anywhere. Me, Tanner, and Paul Walker
How many
shot
is
a
that
pilot
now?
for a
How
show.
many is that? Like,
shows that never went
I gotta
anywhere?
feel, yeah.
75.
Right?
Me, Tanner,
11.
and Paul Walker would have been a fucking show. I could have
Oh,
ridden
was
those.
Paul Walker?
Yeah, I
Oh, I
could
thought
have
you
ridden
said Paul
those.
Tracy.
I
I was
could have
like,
ridden those
definitely going downhill.
coattails fucking all the way to the moon.
Yeah, Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where
That
I first
was a
met
long
you.
time ago.
I know.
That bar, they renovated it. It's good
know.
now.
Is it?
Yeah, it's nice. They got a whole fucking big, like everybody else, they got a whole big outdoor thing going on.
I got 80 beers on
They're
tap.
do-
Only 2 are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Four
go
are
in there,
spoiled.
and right? Yeah, 4 is just whack. The funny thing, like when they're like, we have 100 million beers, right? You go to Yard House. I'm like, do you guys have any IPAs on tap? That's the running joke. 'cause
Yeah,
they
'cause
have
they all
80.
of them.
Yeah, exactly. Do you guys have any bong water? Double bong water? Okay.
Do you guys have Coors Light?
Nope.
No.
We got
No idea
Kentucky
what it is.
snacks though, right? Montucky, right?
There's a place around the corner from me that just opened that has 40 beers and 40 wines on tap.
Okay.
I assure you, I don't want any wine that's on tap.
No. Oh, it's on tap.
On tap. Self-serve.
Oh,
Self-serve. You get an RFID bracelet. You wave it, and then just it dispenses.
Is it
and
in a
goes-
bag like milk at a cafeteria?
It's like an IV of wine.
Yeah.
Well, in Singapore, I always thought that was really cool. They don't have like cups, and they have literally like sacks.
Oh, the bags.
The
Yeah,
bags.
yeah.
it's amazing.
Every
That's what you
beverage
drink
is a
out of?
Capri Sun in Singapore.
There you go. It's a Capri Sun. It's an adult Capri Sun. It has a little like plastic handle on it, which I don't think it's very turtle friendly, but like just all the plastic.
You
all
just
the
swing it. It's got you just dunk a straw and you just have a little hook it from your finger. Yeah,
I think
drink it out of a bag.
Connect with your inner child.
They did it when
Singapore.
we went to Thailand too. They were doing that shit.
I think we need to embrace more of the French Quarter, Louisiana beverage containers.
Hurricane glasses.
Yeah, hurricane glasses, fish bowls, like grape bunches.
If it's meant for animals or flowers, we should be drinking out of it, right?
not just in Vegas and Louisiana, or not New Orleans. I don't know why I'm saying Louisiana, the state, but New Orleans.
I'm embarrassed to say that I've been using a flower vase as a wine decanter for like 3 years now.
You have this beautiful studio and you're using a
Is
freaking
that-
Conroy's
wait,
flower vase?
I've had dinner at your house so many times.
We washed it, but yes, we were using a flower vase
Feels
as a
weird.
wine
I
decanter.
have been growing a lot more after drinking that. It's like there's a lot of like Scott's Miracle Grow residue.
Well, that's why Thaddeus
There's
got me
Zach's
the
first show.
decanters for my birthday because he was so embarrassed by it. Now I have
That makes a lot of
now I
sense.
have a decanter that looks like a flugelhorn.
Oh.
It's got like curly cues and shit in it.
And the problem with those things are it's really hard to fucking clean.
Yeah.
They have like specific tools to
He gave me
pipe
he
cleaner.
gave me a bag of steel like buckshot.
Yeah.
You're supposed to pour it in there and like roll them around. And then what?
And then,
Then what do I do with them on the back end?
Then you got to dry.
Pour
It's
it.
a
It's
problem.
a fucking whole
so
thing.
yeah, sorry, we're talking about golf and drinking. I mean, cars are cool. There's 1, 2.
They hear a lot
dangerous.
about cars on this show. It's okay.
Yeah, I guess that's so back to when we first met, but not so much. But admittedly, I invited myself on the show. I saw you guys at SEMA. We were over there at the Hoonigan Burn Yard. I took a short little break from Ford out front, and I don't know if you recall. I go over there. I said, "What's up, dog? Long time no see. Like, post COVID, and good to see you at SEMA show. And how are things? And see you're happily married, and you got your cats. I always see your cats more than anything else.
There's a whole audience for that.
Oh, very specific, and that's speaking of Patreons. So, what's new, pussycat? Whoa. Happy 40th. I told you that, but I'll just clarify it here on here. But I said, dude, why have I not been on your podcast?
And do you remember what I told you?
He said, I don't know why not. Do you want to be on my podcast? And
Yeah.
you quickly sent me a text, said, what date works for you?
Yeah.
And I said, do you golf? He said, yes.
The only reason that you hadn't been before is because the way most people get on their podcast, this show that is they have some like nerdy publicist who hits us up.
Okay.
Like all the racing drivers that come on the show, I don't like remember to invite them.
It's fair.
It's literally like they have a manager who's like, hey, so and so's in town, can we come through? And
Yeah.
because you roll indie,
I am
you don't
straight
have
raw
you don't-
dog.
Yeah, that's just why.
Well, I mean, my wife, so yeah, so raw dog. I mean, so she's like again booked this.
But every
podcast.
time we hang out, we have fun.
Fuck yeah.
And you're a
think so.
mid-century architecture enthusiast.
I am.
We were supposed to play golf tomorrow. It's going to piss rain,
Yes.
but I also want to see your house.
Yes, please.
Which is super fucking cool.
Thank
that
you.
couch you got and posted about. He got the dopest couch I've ever seen.
Yeah, pull it up.
Is it on the 50/50 account?
No, it's right there.
Is on-
It's to the left, right there.
Yeah,
Boop.
look at this fucking couch, Zach. It's shaped like it's out of the Jetsons, but scroll through the slideshow and look at the other side of it, or the close-up. It's really beautiful, and it has this fabric that looks like it would
Whoa.
belong in one of my sports cars.
Yeah, it does.
Like, I want a swatch of that fabric to put in my
Swag,
next
you
car.
get a closer up shot. Like I think the
It's-
last photo shows you up close.
The
Boom.
detail of it is amazing.
Looks like a wormhole.
It's
yeah.
Dude, this couch is sick, bro.
This is like if
Matthew McConaughey's on the other side trying to talk to you. All right.
if furniture was GHB, it would be this.
Dude, I'm gonna get full, like just get float tank and then sit on this thing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, no, thank you. And this
I'm jealous
couch has
of this
become.
couch.
Thank you. It's an original 1960s Agent Persol. It's called the Boomerang 250C or 250S, I believe. But I've shown my friends this, and obviously via social media and prior to this. But long story short about this, there's our homie Courtney in Riverside. She has a shop called Hologram House.
Mm-hmm.
So Ashley Scotto's bought something to Scotto's, and we have so many friends that have mid-century modern houses.
Yeah.
Vin, Ron Carr.
You're friends with Trimble, right?
Yeah,
Sarah
Trimble, Sarah
She's
Trimble.
my interior designer in my
I know.
house.
I
so-
know. I've been to the H-shaped house.
Her fucking H-shaped house is so sick.
Well, we go there because Ben Russell introduced us, and I probably met Sarah in passing, similar to like Zach and stuff. Like just where and how are we connected? Like what's our what members what club are we members both of? Sarah,
How
now,
are we Eskimo brothers or people?
or people? Yeah,
Right, Eskimo people.
Eskimo
Sorry.
thems. Like, let's just keep it inclusive. So Sarah met her through Ben, and we go out to visit her house. And I was like, holy shit.
Her house is like a museum.
It is. It's very well done, very well crafted, and it's constantly in process. Like, it's great. But I said, wow, this is insane, because her square footage is a lot smaller than ours, to be truth be told. But she says, yeah, not married, no kids, stunt driver, so
Never home.
never home. So it's really easy to activate that, obviously
Yeah.
monetarily. She took it in the,
She took it very seriously. And her
Yeah.
Palm Springs house is equally awesome.
Yeah.
But when I took Hannah, my wife, to her house, and I was like, this is what I want. And she's like, I can't live in this.
That's true. That's funny.
She's like, this is a museum. There's nothing comfortable here. So we need to back it down a little from that and go with like a more comfortable mid-century vibe, which is what we're doing.
lived in.
Yeah, it's got to be livable. It's got to be livable.
And
Yeah,
how many square feet's your crib?
3,700.
And mine's 3,700.
It's big.
So
It's big. For
I'm not,
just
that
the
wasn't
two
a
of us,
flex.
it's
That wasn't
big.
like, did you guys hear that? 3,700 square feet, California.
No, it's big for the two of us, but it's cool.
Yeah, so I say that because, again, Sarah's footprint is a lot smaller.
I think it's 1,900 or
Probably even less
It
than
might
that.
be under. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cool as fuck.
It's
an
super
H.
dope.
It's a house that's shaped like an H.
Yeah.
And it has every square inch of it is beautiful terrazzo that I can't
It's got a
afford.
vineyard in the backyard.
That was my
Yes.
idea.
Yeah.
That was
I know, but
that
she
was
had the
my
hill.
idea.
Yep.
Yeah,
good.
she has a hill behind her house, and I was like, you know that you can pay a company to plant a vineyard
was it?
here and mention, and
Well, that's good.
and run it,
Yep.
and you just get wine. And she's like, I'm sorry, what? And then a week later, she sent me a picture of these fucking dudes planting vines. It's like,
And
see?
did you know you could get goats that come and eat the weeds, and you get fertilizer?
No, Hannah and I
She's
looked
got this
at.
ecosystem
And
in
then
her
your biggest
backyard.
little
It's like
farm,
fucking
yeah.
Epcot Center back
We
here.
looked at a house that had an enormous vineyard in the back of
Yeah.
it, and the agent was like, "Oh yeah, this company just takes care of it, and you get 200 cases of wine at the end of the year." And I was like, "Oh fuck!"
I need to do that. You know what? My family lives in remote. My mom, my grandma, and my aunt, they all live together in Ramona, California, inland San Diego, because I grew up in Poway. And they live on top of a hill right next to Mount Woodson, actually, if you know the area.
Oh, yeah.
And like Ramona is now this new like inland like wine territory. There's all these vineyards popping up over there. Really weird. It's kind of like Arizona. There's high elevation winery like
Right.
like Maynard, right?
Maynard,
So, yeah.
Caduceus.
Caduceus. Yep,
Yeah. I like that wine. It's good wine.
Oh yeah, dude, Caduceus slaps. Like,
Yeah, it's
they,
very
they
good
have
wine.
some bangers. They have one particular that's because I like nasty dark reds, like just big cabs. And here we go, Zach looking it up. But they're high elevation winery. But yeah, so Ramona, I just need to tell my family about that. So yeah, Caduceus Cellars.
I got to go do the inland wine tour.
What? Oh, the Temecula.
That's the Temecula
Yeah.
wine. Yeah. There's tons of shit down
There's
there.
so much shit
Yeah.
out there. We did that. My friend Lorette Nickel.
Wait, go to the shop wine, Zach. I want to see which one it was that.
Red.
It's just red.
No,
There's
it's wine
subs.
type.
Yeah, there's subs.
Go-
That's type, right? It's the. Oh, these are fucking. They got some
Oh, yeah,
weird
they got
ass
some
names.
No.
One back.
The Grenache. It's Grenache. That's what it
Grenache?
was. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they specialize in out there.
But
Yeah,
yeah, there's one that's nasty. It's named after his sister or his mom or something like that. I don't know.
This
Whatever.
is Maynard is the singer of Tool. For those who have no idea what we're talking about, and he's taken up winemaking, and he's very fucking good at it.
There's a great
The wine-
documentary, Blood into Wine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Page Springs, Glomsky, and Maynard Keenan, they have a winery together. Maynard's Caduceus, Page Springs is Glomsky, and then they have one together. I can't remember what it's called, but
I don't remember that. Either.
yeah, just
I gotta
anyways.
watch. I gotta remember to watch that
Yeah,
documentary.
Blood into Wine. The logo's cool. It's brass knuckles with the wine corkscrew, and it's, yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
It's hardcore.
Hardcore,
right.
Yeah, and they do like stop motion wine things. Just kidding. Like thinking of like,
Like the Tool videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
Is they do the claymation of the wine process. Yeah.
So the smoking tire, not the smoking golf ball or smoking drinking.
Dude,
I feel so bad. I totally get off topic.
What topic? There's no topic.
I know. I just feel
That's what
bad
I
now.
like about doing this. I wouldn't do radio if I had to do a topic.
I wasn't
ever.
nervous about coming in here, but I was like, kind of like, oh, I wonder what angle Matt and
There's
Zach are going to go.
literally no angle.
Okay.
None angle.
Is this intervention right now?
This is your last
And now,
bourbon,
hey,
Jarod.
let's bring in our other surprise guest.
yeah, surprise guest. Yeah, go ahead and grab
Well, no,
a seat.
because you've been doing announcing for Formula Drift
Yeah.
for 18 years?
18.
Fuck me,
My
18
Formula
years.
Drift career can legally vote, shoot a gun, and go to a strip club.
So was it since year one?
04, first year of Formula Drift.
Well, how'd you get that gig?
I started Formula Drift announcing that in 2004. Ryan Sage and Jim Lau, they're co-founders of Formula Drift.
What were you doing before that?
I worked at McGuire's.
Oh.
So my lineage is, we can get into that, and I'll just go and lie down right now. And no, but prior to that, I worked at McGuire's, and concurrently actually worked at McGuire's. So I worked there for 3 years. Prior to that, I worked at Gumball 3000. Yep, I worked at Gumball 3000. Prior to that, I worked
Dude, that was must have been like heyday of Gumball.
05.
Yeah.
So 05, no, a little bit later. But I did the rally 5 times.
That was when Gumball was like the only one
only
of
show
those
in town.
types of events.
It was a unit measure.
Yeah.
That was Techademics days.
Techademics. Yeah, Techademics. Yeah, that was because that was 02. Like Deerdick and Kalis did it in 02. I read about Gumball in Intersection magazine. And I remember Goldie doing it. I was like, what the heck is this? And then 03, I get a call from my buddy Rodney Wills. And he says, hey, man, like, I got this guy, Maximilian Cooper. Like, I got linked up, and you're the guy. So I was like the action sports car guy down in San Diego. So basically, he says, let's link it up. So I got on the 2003 rally, Tony Hawk, Bucky Lassett, Kerry Hart, Travis Pastrana. So I got those guys on the rally because I worked with the family, Steve Astafin and Brad Lusky and those dudes. And
Tony
Phil
Hawk,
Shalala.
did he drive a Morgan on that one?
No, I think that was later.
Really?
That was
Okay.
that was the France. That was France, Madrid, Marbella, Morocco, Marrakesh, Fez, Cannes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but 03 was basic SF to Miami. That's when Jesse James did, and that's where I met Richard Rawlings. Was 2003.
Oh wow.
He still had chunky jewelry, even though I have a big chunky thing. He's always had chunky
Did
jewelry.
your goatees
He was
fight?
he was really
I
ahead
don't
of
have
the
a
game.
goatee, Zach. This is a beard.
Sorry, did your beards fight?
Our hair follicles got at it
Yeah.
immediately.
Okay.
But mind you, I did not have hair follicles back then.
A mutual friend called Richard the longest overnight success in history.
Whoa, Zach, it's okay. Calm down. Calm down. He's wanted to be famous forever, and he did it. He did it, and
He
you know,
made
He really
himself
killed
that
it.
character from the beginning.
And Jesse James says, you know what? How do you make money in these TVs? It's not, building motorcycles. It's selling cotton, selling
Yeah.
T-shirts.
Yep.
I think he said that on Rogan's show.
Yeah.
So hey, man, you know, many different ways.
Yeah,
Right.
Gas Monkey Garage doesn't have to build actual cars. They just need a cool name, a bunch of fucking stickers and T-shirts. And
It is what it is, man. And I'm not shooting holes in anybody's program. I do it differently. You do it differently. And basically, we're all different flavors of ice cream. And some people like mint chips. Some people like that bubble gum ice cream, and the gum turns to shit. But it's still good ice cream. And vanilla, it's bland. But guess
Dude,
what? It's still ice cream.
My criticisms of all those shows is that there's an appetite for it.
There you go.
That's my criticism, is
Right.
that the appetite exists, not
Right.
that the show exists to feed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
it is interesting. Go
It
ahead.
bums me out that there's an appetite for it, not that someone has decided to feed the appetite. You know,
Some people like Panda Express. You know what I mean? I mean, if you like shitting profusely, go ahead, have at it. You know what I mean? Like, but I'd rather go to Sugarfish.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's totally different countries, by the way. I know
Yeah.
that Panda Express is American food,
Yeah.
and then sorry, that was another bad.
no,
joke.
but the point stands.
Yeah,
The point
but
stands.
just there's an appetite for
There's
it.
an appetite for eating food that makes you shit profusely, and there's an appetite for, my friend Larry Casilla, who's a detailer. He makes these amazing educational videos. He makes product tutorials and technique tutorials and all that stuff. But what do people really eat up is when he just pulls some dirty shit box out of the woods and it goes from dirty to clean.
Isn't that amazing?
That's it. There's don't tell me how you fucking did it. Just show it dirty and then show it clean.
Well, we love a renovation, right?
Fucking yeah.
Query for the Straight
HGTV.
Guy or HGTV. We like the before and the
We like a renovation. We like finding out what something's worth.
Yeah.
We like finding out what someone could flip something for. You know what I mean? It's like we're very basic people.
I have to assume that with your new purchase of the BMW E46, people are very engaged and very intrigued. It's a basic BMW compared to the Ferrari or Lambo because
Sure.
it's a little more relatable too.
People have been very interested in that car.
Yeah.
I mean,
So that's why I say
also because I made a video with one 7 years ago where I had a balanced opinion of it and not just effusive praise,
Okay.
like it was made of diamonds. And at the time I talked about it as transportation, and now I talk about it as a collector's item. And
Okay.
apparently you're not allowed to have those changes of opinion sometimes.
Really? Oh, come on.
whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. No, it's that, and again, this goes back to people are looking to you for your opinion, your perspective.
Sure.
And it might differ from theirs, but
And if you bought one of those 5 years ago and you've kept it really nice, good on you.
Yeah.
Because the world is recognizing it.
I did
Reality
half
of
of
it
that.
now.
I did half
Zach,
that.
Zach has one too.
Oh,
Zach,
really?
Zach has a
mine's
daily
a-
driver
mine's a little more fresh,
4673.
though.
oh, is it? That's
Yeah,
Yeah, but
it's
still,
driven. It's driven.
It's driven, but even so, you could probably sell it for more than you paid for it.
Naveed was like, "Do you want to sell it?" And I was like, "Yeah, like 70,000." And he looked at me. And he knew I was joking, but then like half an hour later after lunch, he's like, "Do you think about selling it?" And I was like, "I'm getting them. I'm getting
65.
slick top blue, not
Yeah.
very common."
yeah.
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 Sick. That's sick. So yeah, so back to like Formula Drift and just my automotive lineage. Ryan Sage and Jim Lau, they're like, hey, you're charismatic. Why don't you try this? That was 2004, and kind of the rest is history. No formal training of speaking engagements, no public speaking. I was the kid that read aloud in class. I'm not a student by any means. I graduated high school when I was 17. I actually had to go, class of 96 and a half, because I'm 43 years old, because I had to go to summer school because I just failed some classes. And but I was 17 years old, and but in regards to how that applies to me announcing, I was just a kid that read aloud and liked my hear my voice.
Just not bothered by public speaking.
No, never.
Well, that's already like top 95th percentile, right?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you're not bothered by talking on a microphone to a couple thousand people,
It's one of the most common fears, right?
Yeah.
Public speaking.
Yeah.
Were you interested or engaged with the drifting community and the sport before FD was created? So like you knew the topic, you knew the cars, you knew the people?
Not to the great length that a lot of the other guys did. I was a Honda dude. So growing up in San Diego, I street raced. So they made the movie Fast and Furious about what we were doing. I mean, West Coast and East Coast, you had different scenes, but primarily Honda scene was cracking in, LA area, San Diego. And I had a EK Civic hatchback. That was my first car after my first car was a 1976 Chrysler Cordoba with pure Corinthian leather.
yeah, buddy.
It was white with red shag carpet.
Those things are awesome.
But it didn't have.
You'd win a trophy at Radwood with one of those today. There she is.
It was white with white leather, but it's cracked. So it's like that one. Boom. And it had these dope blinkers on the hoods. It has a huge dope medallion like Superfly. It's huge.
It's actually aged not
No.
bad.
Yeah,
No.
It's
the
aged
round
not bad.
headlights, not bad. Big trunk, huge trunk. I think I had the
look
white
at
top.
that.
I think that's what it was.
Look at that.
I
With
didn't have
the
red top.
wires, though, it's fire with the
The
wires.
proportions are amazing.
So those you could see like
Did it actually have a T-top?
no.
The one in the commercial with Ricardo Montalban
Oh
right
gosh,
there.
no, that's
Had a
exclusive.
T-top.
Yeah. Everybody talks about Ricardo Montalban and the pure Corinthian leather. So
One of the most iconic car commercials of all time.
I had one. Trail sights. See the trail sights there on the hood. So the blinkers, I thought that was so cool. Look,
Yeah.
hey, flashing. It was like JDM before. It was like JDM, bro. So I'm joking. It was in
No, like
of era.
JDM stole stuff from the 60s muscle cars, and then we stole some shit right back.
Yeah, reciprocation of stealing. R&D, research and duplicate. Yeah, that's what it is. So so that was my first car, and it wouldn't start. Every morning it was loud. My neighbors hated it, and then every day after high school I'd go pull off and it wouldn't start. So short-lived. Bought for $1,000, sold for $500, and my parents got me my mom, my grandparents got me a '96 Civic CX hatchback.
Nice.
And the rest is
CX. That is the base of base models.
No rear windshield wiper.
One side view mirror, right?
No,
Did it only have the one?
That was the EG. The EG
had the single?
The EG, which is 92, 95. It was like
okay.
96 to 99. But yeah, right there. It was silver. Like the green, but yeah, just right there. Dude, it had the steel wheels. But then your boy just crashed it a couple times, and the floodgates open.
That car would kill at Grid Life today.
Yep.
Right.
The gasoline and gears guys, the Benz, they have one that's sick. It's the Valvoline one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, thing slaps. Dude, Sean Hillier had one of the cleanest ones. Sean Hillier works on Frederick Osbo's race team. So I was a Honda
Most
nerd.
irresponsible friend I had in high school drove one of these.
Really?
Hands down the most irresponsible person that I was friends
What
with.
was his name?
His name was Sean. And he kept his drugs in the glove box right next to the registration.
Flagrant. Flagrant. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
License and registration, please. Oh.
That's like that's the worst magician. Let me guide your eye to the trick I'm about to do.
Literally, he fell for that one twice. He then, after the first arrest, kept his hallucinogenic drugs in the glove box again
Shrooms? He keeps shrooms in the glove?
Keep shrooms in the glove box next to the registration.
That makes sense.
Which in New York was a
Huge.
real serious crime.
Wow. Yeah. That's huge. Yeah.
Not bright. He was not bright.
No, doesn't sound
But
like
he
it.
had guts, kid.
But let's just say I had vivid memories of the car.
Dude, you're crazy, bro. This Civic is huge.
Civic's fire.
Dude, it's got VTEC, dog.
I don't think it did.
No, it did not.
It did not have
it's a
VTEC.
1.6 liter non-VTEC.
Yeah, no
dog.
tack. Stick shift, no tack.
Dude, I would wrap that thing. I was like, like just then, just.
Bro, and I learned about the dangers of airbags with this car too. Airbags normally good, occasionally bad. This fool had a fucking hit a guardrail at like 12 miles an hour. Whatever the threshold was for airbag deployment, he exceeded it by 1.
Oh boy.
And it just blasted his fucking face off.
Really?
Oh my God, did it blast his face off.
Oh, gosh.
Burns. He wore glasses and they were like impaled in his eye sockets. Yeah.
I mean,
it was bad.
96. It's not that like
It was Gen 1 airbags.
Yeah.
This is Gen 1s.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
How many airbags have hit your face?
Mine?
Yeah.
0.
Yeah, same.
I've never deployed.
Zero.
I learned from someone else. I didn't personally experience.
Ooh, I'm not going to do that. Right? World Star, boosh. You're like, no, I'm not doing that. Not fighting an airbag. I'm going to lose.
Oh my God, those videos of people sitting on them and fucking blowing
dude.
them. I
Yeah,
love
going
that.
50 feet in the air because they didn't realize how powerful
Oh
they were.
my gosh! I saw a funny video. I can't remember. It was like Hood Ratchet TV on Instagram or something like that. Oh, you're gonna look it up. A dude's just driving. This girl's stripping or like dance. She's not stripping. She's like twerking in the passenger seat, and you just see him and her. So POV.
Oh, this video, I saw this video like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a new video. Yeah.
That's so good. Like,
Yeah, this is a
what
new
do you-
video.
What do you think you're doing? I think it's Hood Ratchet TV. I believe it
This came
while
up
ago,
on
so-
my feed very recently.
Keep
Yeah.
going. It's right. I feel like it's come. We're getting lukewarm. Yeah, it was good.
This is very recent. I thought you were talking about something old. No, I
No.
saw this one too, and the crash. The camera keeps rolling for
Yep.
quite some time.
She's like,
after the crash.
she goes, take me to the emergency room. Take me to the emergency room. She's just laying there. Oh,
Airbags are dangerous,
I thought it was
kids.
closer than
Don't
whatever.
fuck with them.
Just look
they
it
might
up.
save you, but they might also hurt you.
Yeah,
Just saying.
Yeah, she was.
Okay,
she was
so
an island
street
boy.
racing
Yeah.
in San Diego with a Civic.
Street racing in San Diego, and then I eventually. What did I do after I dropped out of junior college because I didn't want to get my Civic door dinged. So I went to Palomar
reason.
Junior
That's a good
College.
reason.
Yeah, because I'm not a student, man. I'm a constant student. So that's just basically what it is. And I dropped out. And
Something tells me you don't do structure very well.
No, not at all. I mean, everybody asks me like, "Do you do research?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." To certain degrees, but I like the acronym of KISS, keep it simple, stupid, because there's some level of education and entertainment. I'm more late night talk show host and entertainer, and with just a jack of all trades, master at none. And I feel like you reflect that too, where it's like, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it kind of all comes together.
Yeah.
You're a melting pot.
I
a
do
petri dish.
I do an overall scope of the bullet points, but
Yeah.
then also like, do you remember from race to race and season to season? Does that stuff stick with you or not?
No,
so
not as much. My mind's kind of like an Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah.
I mean, you ask certain drivers like Chris Forsberg. He's just this wealth of crazy knowledge, because you have to think about. Sometimes I don't want to say by any means it's wash, rinse, repeat, but at times things become, cyclical. Being in the booth, being next to Ryan. 18 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the only person in Formula Drift history that's seen every single run. Because Ryan Sage is my co-host
That's true,
currently,
yeah.
But he wasn't there. He wasn't watching everything. Other drivers, they have their other perspective. The judges have changed over the years. I'm the only person since 2004 that's announced.
That's crazy.
That's presented. And I'm the only person that's seen every single run, except for qualifying in New Jersey about 6 years ago, because I officiated Ron Zaris, a.k.a. Ron Carr's wedding in New Jersey on Friday, and then Saturday was the main event at Wall Township Speedway.
So you missed one day.
One qualifying day.
It's a pretty good track record.
Yeah.
But it's a good example of like,
Anybody can make it.
Well, but also being putting yourself incrementally into the right place. You know what I mean? Starting out in a little scene, and then a guy goes, "Hey, you could probably do this," and then you do it, you don't fuck it up. The next guy says, "Hey, you could probably do this," you do it, you don't fuck up. And it's like a series of just patience and little steps, and then once you're there, you fucking deliver.
Yeah. No,
Right?
I kind of live by it's developed over the years, but just 4 kind of main pillars of my belief is, be honest. You never have to think a day in your life what you said. That's any relationship. If it's you guys or my wife or my kids, be humble. Anybody that has self-made tattooed on them, really, I don't believe in the self-made thing. It takes a village to really support and build, and even if you're Jean-Michel Basquiat, you still need artists or people to pay for your artistry. If you're a punk rock musician, anybody who really is like, no, I'm not gonna. You're selling up. You're not selling out. So be honest, be humble, under promise, over deliver. So that if you get hired for a gig for announcing or presenting, or you get hired to be the production of a podcast thing, you under promise and over deliver. That's something I learned at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, because I did work at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, because they give you the tools for success. So I had to wear white shirts and ties for a year and a half. And actually, one of the most beautiful things I remember was I was working at the San Diego airport location during 9/11. And I remember,
that must have been interesting.
I had a day off, and I was, everybody knows where they were during 9/11. I was in my apartment in La Jolla. My wife and I, at the time, just girlfriend, we were dating. And anyways, that happened. Next day I had to go into work. Well, planes weren't flying.
No one's flying.
So, so everybody's trying to return cars, or they call, what do I do? And it's just the empathy level was fantastic and beautiful.
Yeah.
And the further away we got from that date, the more people start turning back into assholes.
True.
Now we're at the peak.
And now we're at the peak.
Every day, people are the most asshole they've ever been.
It's just really unfortunate. So
rental cars are really expensive right now.
Because
really expensive.
Yeah,
right
because
now.
cars are really expensive.
Yeah,
and there's premiums on Kia Sportages, or
Dude, we just had to do a shoot in Texas, and we had a minivan for 7 days, and it was $1,400.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Was it a Stone Go though?
Yes.
Yes.
It's 100%.
It was amazing.
It was
That-
Pacifica.
Pacifica.
Okay.
Pacifica's
Yes, that's the premium
setting the new
Stone
gold
Go.
standard.
That's the Stone Go.
At last year, Road and Track, we did a performance van of the year. We lapped them all.
Sick.
Caravan Sport, dude, short wheelbase, still the champ.
Oh, dude,
Still the champ.
Yep, like America, back-to-back world champions. So be honest, be humble, under promise, over deliver. Thank you, Enterprise, ERAC, Enterprise Service Quality Index. Were you 100% satisfied with the rental? And then I just shave every day.
That's must have been tough for you,
dude. And
that was a rule, clean shaven every day.
And like my area manager would come in. She looked like Rosie O'Donnell. I can't remember her name right now, but and she would have razors at the thing. She's like,
shit.
And I just missed a day. I'm like, she's not gonna come in today. Sure as shit, dude. She'd come in and
With
she
the
says,
razor?
"Go shave."
Wow.
What in
That
the
sucks
serious
balls.
fuck? That couldn't happen right now in
That
2021,
sucks
right?
balls.
No, because
And
now
now
you do
they-
5 o'clock shadow, which is fashionable. Was it not like back then? I guess it wasn't.
I'm not the hairiest guy. Like this is 2 years. I'm joking, but like Homer Simpson, and it just shaves it, right? But
No, you're looking at about 4 days for me right now.
you look great.
What day was it? What day did we leave for the thing? Thursday morning. I shaved Thursday morning. It's now Monday.
Well, I know you're hairy because it hairs on your knuckles.
Yep. Arab money, dude. Straight up.
I like it.
Arab
That's
money.
a sign of kiss the hair.
Yes.
It's
I
not
am
kiss the
good,
ring.
I am good negotiator. I make good price for you. You take it.
Kiss hairy knuckles. Kiss it. Yes.
Hard for me to post the wrist shots.
Yeah,
you know?
well, you
No, you just got a hard part around the watch.
Oh, he's got an undercut. He's like Peaky Blinders Watch Edition.
Most people don't use conditioner on their arms. Let's just say that.
Oh my gosh, head and forearms.
Yeah.
That's the new dandruff-free. So, be honest, be humble, under promise, over deliver, and the last one is do you, because you do you better than anybody else does you. That just those are kind of the 4 pillars, and it's gotten me to where I'm at. Not that some people will define as success, and some people are praying for what you have. So I'm absolutely blessed to have great partners. I work with my friends.
That helps.
Between Formula Drift, Grid Life, as of recent, Nitro Rallycross. I work with Harley Davidson, Hot Wheels, Snap-on Tools, and all of this has been, as you said, didn't fuck up. Phone's still ringing. People might scrutinize me. You might love me. You might hate me. Regardless, let's split the difference. And I do a continuous job, and I hold up those four aspects that I truly believe in.
It's a good strategy.
Yeah, I think it's.
I mean, you
worked
got
out
and
so far.
the brands and stuff that you work with are like fun brands.
And
You know what I mean?
they're pretty premium brands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they get to see my tattooed Jason Momoa's fat cousin looking body, and it's all good. you
Yeah.
know?
Isn't it good that like tattoos aren't what your parents said they were going to be?
Yeah. I mean,
Fucking my dad
Really?
back in the day was like, you're never going to get a job ever because you have a tattoo. And
You're
I
like,
was
fuck you, I'll make a job.
and I was like, yeah, I'm going to create a job for myself so no one ever has to hire me again. Thank
well,
you.
that was Travis Barker, right? When he got his first neck tattoo, he's like, oh, that's a career ender.
Yeah.
Like that was somebody doing that, and that's That's what a
Now
lot of
that's
those
like
things-
now that's a forehead tattoo.
Yeah, dude, face
You're
tattoos.
full committed if you're on the face.
Well, I love Post Malone, like, and he just keeps getting more and doubles down. But it's like unapologetically, like, I love that dude. Post Malone, he's like, we're best friends, even though he could be my son. He's young, but I
Do
love
you
that
hang out
dude.
with Post Malone?
I have not hung out with him.
Oh.
If Posty, if you're listening, give me a shout. No, seriously, like, him and Momoa, I admire. I have a TV show concept, so let's put it out there so it goes on record.
For the
But-
record, yeah. The date is December 13th,
yeah. But
2021.
I've told a lot of people, but it's more of an icebreaker question. But my TV show concept is basically, it's kind of recreating the Rat Pack, but it's a 24-hour Rat Pack. Who's in your Rat Pack?
Okay.
So what 3 people would you like to spend 24 hours with? So it's a bit of
At the same time.
At the same time. So I'm a bit of an Ed McMahon here, showing up like Publishers Clearinghouse.
Okay.
But you, Matt Farah, you submit to the TV show, and you have like 6 people that you choose. And idealistically, you know, The Rock is part of the $7 Productions because I feel like he has more access to this. So you can, I mean, The Rock and me, I mean, you've never seen
so
us
you
in the
gotta
same
pick,
room.
You got to pick 5 and The Rock.
Yeah. No, The Rock is kind of the host, is what I'm
okay.
saying. He's just going to bring some weight
He
and bring star power.
facilitates. Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. Yeah. So, but you submit 6.
The
and I
Rock would be on. I could do 5 in The Rock. I wouldn't feel like I was taking a downgrade.
No, but I'm sorry. I only say 6.
Do we have access to his plane?
Yeah.
And all the tequila?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
let's go.
Yeah.
And all
He
the
always
energy
has it with
drinks
him,
and
yeah.
all the and all the sweat. And just drink a sweat. I'm fully torqued.
I'm going to need your gym, your plane, and your tequila, sir.
Let's ride. Yeah, Iron Paradise. So I say you submit 6 because only 3 are going to show up.
Okay.
So I'm the host, of course, and I knock on your door and I say, "Hey, Matt, congratulations. We got your Rat Pack here. We have 3 of your people that you've chosen, and you're gonna have 24 hours to hang out with these people. So you have to
fun.
take into consideration
Be fun for that
curation.
one person.
Right.
I don't know about for the other 3.
Well, I mean,
They might
so-
feel like work.
But it's also a great icebreaker question for people of different ages. What 3 people would you like to spend 24 hours with, getting to do anything? Skydiving, drinking,
Right.
racing cars,
Yeah.
ice skating, bungee jumping,
So
down.
Pastrana, Oksana Bayul, that covers 2 of the things you said. And I would pick Pastrana for sure for one.
Really?
Yeah.
You've hung out with Travis, haven't you?
I've not, but he seems
Really?
like a fun person, and he would push me to do things that would break me, but that'd be really good.
He would
Yeah.
break you.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
You-
yeah.
You
I'd
would,
break you.
yeah,
I
you would
get
definitely be
hurt.
fucking
He
broken.
seems like a good time.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. He's what's really cool is I like the transition when people have kids. And there is some mortality to that. But now his kids are jumping off stuff. Did
Yeah.
you see that when they did that rope swing? His
I just
daughter?
see the rope swing, but the kids are doing like backflips and training for all
Look
this
it
crazy
up.
stuff.
Pull up on Pastrana's Instagram, bro. It's insane. His daughter jumped off like the arches in Utah.
Oh,
What?
yeah, yes.
Dude,
Really?
pull it up, Zach.
That's fucking
You got one
crazy.
job, Zach. Do it. I'm
have
joking.
three
Yeah,
jobs.
I know you do.
He has
I'm
about
joking.
7 jobs right now.
11 jobs.
I have never met him either.
Yeah,
I got to hang out with him.
yeah, he's great. Even with Nitro Rallycross, so I see him. Keep going.
I want to talk about Nitro Rallycross. a
So
little
he
bit.
jumped out of a plane the other day at Florida.
Before the
Where's
race,
the-
by the way.
Yeah, before the race on Sunday, Chase Elliott was
Oh,
flying
they're
the
like
plane.
in the middle there.
Chase Elliott was flying the plane, which
This
is
is-
awesome. That's him and that's his younger daughter, I believe, and then that's his daughter solo. There's a
Just,
video.
is
So
that
this is-
just
so
pure rope
That's
swing or is that a
Lindsay. That's
bungee?
Lindsay.
No, it's one of those things
keep
where they
going.
span
There,
the
boom,
canyon.
the video to the left of him with the
There's
victory
we
stance.
got a video.
There it is. Here we go. Roll the tape.
This looks fucking shady just to
Bonkers.
look
This
at
looks
it.
awesome.
look at
and
his daughter.
crazy.
She's like 10?
No, younger than that. I'd say
Peace.
7 or 8.
Oh my god.
She didn't hesitate at all.
I shit myself
That
immediately.
is an enormous jump.
So it's a
Holy
rope. It's a rope
fuck.
swing.
Yeah, it's a rope
Wow.
that spans a canyon, and then
Right.
you swing down the middle. You jump off the
It looks
cliff.
like the rope's got to be 200 feet long.
So yeah,
Get the
Travis.
fuck
If his
outta
daughter's
here.
doing it, Zach,
He
you're
just
definitely
did it
down.
like
Oh, I'm so
holding
down.
a child.
Yeah.
What?
Well, he's like Spider-Man.
Yeah,
That's
he
fucking
is
crazy.
a real life action hero.
Yes.
That's
it's-
really
it's
wild and
bonkers.
shady.
So yeah, Chase Elliott raced, and he went out. Travis was looking for different drivers because Kyle Busch raced a race in Arizona.
In rallycross?
Nitro Rallycross.
Oh,
He
yeah.
did well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did decent. I think like
decent?
4th or 5th. Yeah, he got into the finals. So did Chase. They have the
Rallycross is the best motorsport.
Wow.
It is. I think it's the best motorsport.
Really?
As a spectator,
Okay.
I think it's the most exciting motorsport to watch.
I really like what Nitro Rallycross is doing. There's Cabot Bigham. There's TP. Yeah, the Hanson
I mean, even when they were
boys,
doing
Scott
X
Speed.
Games Rallycross and stuff, I thought it was like, I was like, oh, this is exciting. You can watch a lot of the course from one place. There's jumps, there's sideways action, there's bashing into each
Yep.
other, there's fucking turbo sounds, there's
Yep.
all kinds of good shit going on at once.
So you and Lieberman got into it about Tesla. Prior to the show, I'm seeing a little cute rendering over here of you guys. What do you think about electrification entering the Rallycross DM slide room?
I mean, I'm not like offended by it. I think that Formula E is boring.
Okay.
I've watched a race and I didn't find it to be that entertaining.
All right.
but I could see how it could be good for these shorter form rents.
Well, I think the sound, and this is a rare thing for cars and racing, the sound to me is the least exciting thing about rallycross because there's jump sliding contact that's allowed. I mean, people are diving. Like there's a video this season of someone, I think Pastrana, or no, Pastrana.
It was
Faust.
He almost landed on him.
Landed on a car, and they're like, yeah, green flag, keep going. No one was like waving a flag like, hey, don't do that.
Yeah.
So the electricity is like, sure, whatever. It's got torque, it's got
That's a good
acceleration,
point.
no problem.
With Formula One, everything is so clean that if you take away the sound, you lose a lot of the excitement. But with this, there's a lot of other places to fill in those excitement
Well,
holes.
it's sensory overload, right?
Yeah.
So you get the dirt, you get gravel machine gun, you get this. So it does take away that element. But and I'll tell you, like my co-host this year haven't worked with him till this year of being introduced to him at Round 1 Nitro Rallycross, which was at Utah Motorsports Campus. But Andrew Coley, there it is, Utah Motorsports Campus, and what they call NRX Next, or the 300 horsepower Olsbergs developed all-wheel drive, hatchbacks, kind of a clamshell, it's mid-engine. They're super loud.
They
They're
look
too
like
loud.
little Group B cars, kind of.
They're too loud. They're too loud.
Just EV whine?
No, they're not electric. They're
They're gas. Oh, the gas.
Yeah,
ones.
they're combustion. But they're just loud. Just like, and like Andrew Coley, who's announced, he's the voice of Rallycross. I've done Red Bull GRC, I've done X Games, I've announced and presented those. But he's announced it way longer and has a smashing British voice, and that's not his voice at all. But anyways.
You need an Englishman. It makes you sound way smarter.
Yeah.
Brings up that intelligence level.
Yeah. Or it makes me sound dumber because then it's like,
No, you join forces in that one.
I think it's good because it's complementary.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's
is that
Coley? That's Coley, and that's Steve Arpin in the middle. Isn't that Steve, the Canadian cowboy? That's Bucky. It was his birthday the other day.
Oh, happy birthday, Bucky.
Yeah.
He needs to come back on the show. Jeez,
December
how old is
3rd.
that picture?
That's Parker. That's my 15-year-old as like a 6-month-old. So do the math.
Wow, that is an old fucking picture. And you look like a different person without a beard.
Somebody
You
said it
really
the
look
other
like a
day, and
completely
I'm going to
different
say
person with no
this.
beard.
I'm going to say this out loud because somebody said, "Oh, I have a photo." Somebody was over at my house the other day, and I showed them a photo of Stephanie and I when we first met. It was the first photo of my wife, my current wife, and I. Not my past wife. No, I've only had one wife. My now current wife. 1999 SEMA show, and he says, "Dude, you look older in that picture than you do now." I was like, "That's right.
Beards
Still
are
got
good.
it.
Beards are good.
Beards are good. It hides all the baby face. You're baby face."
I'm gonna have to go for what you've got.
Go full road?
soon. I'm gonna have to.
You're
but it's gonna
great.
have to be bald on top, when then the beard starts at the ear.
But you used to do that with the goatee and it looked good. Now you just extend it, right? Don't you just let it grow for another 12 hours?
Yeah,
Ice Cube does that. Just do
Yeah,
the
no,
beard and the bald.
people do it.
Yeah.
I just
I just want you in like one cohesive ball. I want you like a tennis ball, like a white tennis ball. I want you to do the whole thing.
It's as it's gotten
Yeah.
thinner and thinner up here, I've had to commit more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's just migration.
It's transition. Yeah. It's yeah. What's
Or I could go to Istanbul and get the old.
Ooh.
No.
No. And another time when I first met you at that bar, the Turtles, I pointed out your Pearl Jam tattoo. I always say that about. I said, do you know Matt has seen Pearl Jam like 100 times?
59.
59.
As of September of this year.
Wow. Did you know Chris Stewart of Grid Life has seen Fish 200 times?
We talked about that when he was in the show recently. He smokes me in music.
And he's sober, which is insane.
that's
he wasn't
weird.
he wasn't early on, and now
Yeah.
he's so. But dude, if you ever go to Fish Show, which I did with him, Sam Nalvin, aka Drift Idiot, his girlfriend, Chris, and I, the four of us went to the Forum most recently, like a couple months ago. That guy bounces around like he's a fucking tweaker.
Really?
Oh, dude, it's insane, and it's absolutely. It's not what you'd expect, but it's what you expect when you see him. He's in his element.
He's just
He
having the
looks
most
like
fun.
he really likes
Yeah,
fish.
he
Just to
does.
see him, he
So
looks like a fish
I was
person.
with him, and this concert I went to the Forum. It was his 199th. The next night, no, we hung out the next day, and then he drove up. He went to Santa Barbara, Bowl or something like UCSB Bowl or something. I've never been to the music venue. That was a 200 show.
You gotta. I mean, if more Pearl Jam shows were available,
Yeah.
I would go to more.
I could see that.
Yeah, if it feels like I've been to a lot, but I would happily go to a lot more. I've been to enough where I can see what guitars the techs hand the band, and with about a 75% accuracy, tell you what song they're going to play
I feel
based
like-
on the guitars.
I feel like you're a court You're a court. What do they call it? The drawings, the renderings guys that you could draw.
Oh, a
pictures
court
of.
report? Yeah.
A court reporter with
Yeah.
the drawings, and I feel like you'd be at home drawing pictures of mountaintops. I think that's what you'd be doing. And with the guitars.
With him on top in
Yeah.
lemon yellow sun,
Yeah.
arms raised in a V. The dead lay in pools below. Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
I just had to work that
I'm
in there for
super-
some
I'm
Are you
super
lost?
nerd.
or
Bob
no?
Ross plus an album cover, and Matt's just watching the show.
Are you
No,
lost?
he just did the lyrics of Jeremy.
Oh, I'm definitely
Yeah.
lost.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
I
did the
have
lyrics
not
of
seen
Jeremy.
it.
Yeah.
I've
look
only
out.
seen it 52,
Yeah.
52 times. I don't know.
You've seen B-52s 52 times?
No, I do not like them. I've only seen. I've never seen Pearl Jam, so that's why
I
was
haven't
lost.
either.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
I-
It's same kind of experience as Fish in terms of what it becomes about is the set list. They have such an enormous catalog to play that you if you see them 2 nights in a row, you're seeing 2 completely different shows.
What's your favorite Pearl Jam album? Is it a Joshua Tree? I'm joking. I know that's you too, by the
The
way. I'm
only
just
song
clarifying.
I've seen at all 59 shows is Even Flow.
Okay.
It's played at every show. It's
Is
the
it?
only song I've seen at every single show.
I didn't know that.
And Alive would be second. I've probably seen that as 50 of 59.
Okay.
But like beyond those 2, there's a huge variety. It's not like Fish will be like, today we're going to play only songs named after animals. And you're like, what? They have like 500 songs. They have
right.
so many songs.
And back to Chris Stewart, who love him dearly, love Grid Life, love the experience that is. If you don't know what Grid Life is, automotive party on track, meaning race cars, drifting, all the experience, and then party off track, meaning party, alcohol, party bullies, hijacking people's, flipping over tables, margarita machines, spilling all over you. I don't know what you're talking
whole
about.
deal.
The whole deal. Chris Stewart is the curator. He's the Willy Wonka, the chocolate factory is Grid Life. Chris's 199th show that we were at the forum, come to find out on the Fish Yelp counter, right?
Yeah.
if we're contributing here, the Fish fans, I don't know, the fish heads, I don't know
Fish
what they're
heads,
called. Okay.
yeah.
They said that forum show was like one of the best in so many years.
Oh, really?
So I
The
bought.
Forum is like one of the best places you could ever see. If you're going to see a stadium show,
Yeah.
an arena show, the sound at the Forum, this is the LA Forum,
Yes.
is fucking incredible.
Don't be on the top or upper deck.
Oh, it really echoes
It's
up
bad.
there. Yeah.
Real bad. I saw Kings of Leon there, one of the worst shows I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
really bad.
If you're in a good spot, it's really.
Yeah.
I've seen 3 or 4 Pearl Jam shows. Okay. That are amazing.
And yeah, if you're lower, like kind of 1-2 levels up, you're okay. But
Got to
then
go
you're
by the
stuck-
booth, bro. You got to be by the booth.
Oh yeah,
that's the
100%.
shit.
Dude, another crazy concert. Guns N' Roses in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Whoa.
Yeah, weird
Like
one.
soccer stadium level.
I look it up, Zach. The Johannesburg soccer stadium. I think it's like I want to say like the 3rd largest stadium in the world.
It's got to be enormous. Yeah, it's got to
huge
be
soccer
enormous.
stadium.
Yeah.
And the only problem with that is like I was there for Monster Energy Gymkhana Grid. And there with Daigo Saito and the whole Monster gang. Rico Taco.
FNB Stadium.
FNB, baby.
Whoa.
Yeah. So we had
It's gotta be 100,000.
We had a dope suite, like, but all the way in the back. So like you could see like lips moving. Nothing lasts forever like a cold Nova. And he's like way past.
He's 4 measures past that.
way
Sound delay like a shuttle launch.
Yeah, so you're kind of like, okay, just keep drinking. It'll kind
That's
of
what I
melt
see
together.
about those like Rolling Stones concerts on the beach in Brazil, where there's like 2 million people, like that kind of thing.
That looks terrible.
Yeah.
So,
Guns N' Roses, I think, if I was going to see any band in a big soccer stadium, though, that would be inappropriate. Like Metallica at the Rose Bowl,
Yeah.
was appropriate.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah.
sick.
That was like, say what you will about Lars Ulrich, but that band is precise.
Look,
Precise.
Lars was wrong. Look, like just Lars was wrong. Like you can't just do. Okay, you're playing the game now. You know, what I mean, like Spotify, Pandora. Like, sorry, bro. I know you got Napstered, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. How about Dean Del Rey introduced Metallica? Did you see that?
Did he really?
Like he just posted. I don't know what he did, but like Metallica was performing and he like opened for them.
He, like, instead of Jim Brewer, because Jim Brewer's been
okay.
doing this.
Oh, has he?
Jim Brewer's been on tour with Metallica,
So, yeah, look
doing
at
like
Dean Del Rey.
a pre-show that's like somewhere between. It's not quite full stand-up. It's
Right.
like stand-up and like
Opening
fan interaction, opening act kind of thing.
It's like the fluffer when you go to see a recorded TV show.
kind
it's
of
that guy.
Yeah, but for a fucking Metallica stadium show.
NBD.
Dean was. I did Dean's podcast, and
he's good.
He was a fun guy. He
If
was
you go to his
interesting.
Instagram, he posted it.
He was an
Pre-show
interesting
bash
guy.
featuring Dean Del Rey, by the way.
Wow,
That's what it
how
was.
about
yeah.
that?
So yeah, that must be what it was. The 4th photo over DJ Lord and comedian Dean Del Rey opening
Wow.
For Metallica.
Good for him.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed his podcast with John Mayer. John Mayer is somebody. So back to
I don't know how he knows all these musicians.
John Mayer or Dean Del Rey.
Well, I'm sure I could figure out how John Mayer knows all these musicians.
I think he has a podcast called
Let There Be Talk.
it was like Dean and Destroy or something. It's
Yeah,
all about music.
but Dean's music knowledge, because he grew up in the Bay Area, and Dean's a lot older than he's like
He's
55.
like late right, yeah.
Yeah, he's older than us, I should say, but just older than you think. But he has a young heart, and you look at old photos of him, like character acting and stuff like that. I've hit him up and said, like, hey, man, we should get up, blah, blah, blah. And he's responded a couple times, and he doesn't respond.
Also mid-century modern art enthusiast.
Huge enthusiast and lover of wagons, and so that's what I like doing. But his musical knowledge is really profound because in the Bay Area. So he knows when Metallica was growing up and saw that, and like, you know, Kirk Hammett and the whole the whole MO. His music knowledge is
so he's got a Metallica hookup.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
100%. And
he does Let There Be Talk now. Did he have another Metallica focused
It looks like he has
podcast?
a show called Speak and Destroy.
Oh, that sounds like a
he's got
Metallica
like four.
podcast.
He's got like four
He's got a
podcasts.
bunch.
And he talks about it like during just
He was a sweet guy.
the depression during COVID, and he just turned it on, you know. But I mean, he does WTF with Mark Maron, like he does.
No, I always see because I always see him because I follow him on social media that he's always hanging out with like super fucking heavy hitters.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting perspective. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I enjoyed. I did a Let There Be Talk with him,
awesome.
and I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, I love your diversity too, like the things that you've done and allowed yourself, but also people allowed you to come into the room. And
Oh my God!
and
Imagine we only had to talk about cars. Oh, kill me.
I know we started talking about my lineage, and then I just kind of derail it because that's kind of what I do. Actions speak louder than words. I just put an exclamation point on it, and
we're both like super active talkers.
Yes.
So we're either of us could just fucking take a left at any given point.
Are you clinically or self-diagnosed with ADD or ADHD or anything like that? Or
No, not really. I just I try to like. I've kind of like done a bunch of weird shit, and I've just when people are telling a story and I latch onto a little thing, I just try to relate by focusing on that. And you know, some people don't always like it. They're like, let the fucking person finish their story. But I kind of like to relate to that person in the room by being like, oh, there's this time with it, and like, there's definitely shows where you kind of expect or want the host to just be like, tee it up and then shut the fuck up for 25 minutes and. That's just not how I roll, really.
Yeah, and going in, you build that equity. You build that kind of story, and again, just being a presenter or announcer for the car racing or a podcast or hosting Hot Wheels Legends or anything like that. And I got a compliment most recently where I said, you do a good job of teeing it up and kind of bringing that out of people. So I really appreciate that. But also I think I like the diversions and kind of going here because choose your own adventure. Hey, bro, sorry, we're not going to talk about my Honda Civic and the heydays of Honda and how they ruined the Integra most recently. Sorry, not going to talk about that because there's other people that are talking about that. And my opinion really doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
You know, I still think EK is like my car. And I think that EK's Honda Civics will absolutely go across the block at Barrett Jackson and meet them and
with
fetch
the
stupid
2000 SIs. I mean, a mint 2000 SI. It's like a $50,000 car.
That's what I'm fucking saying, bro.
Yeah.
So, you know,
same thing with that E46 M3. It's when all of a sudden you realize what would it take to get a great one. And you go, it would take a lot of fucking work because they don't actually exist anymore. But here's one. It's in front of me. I could buy it. It's on this global auction platform. It's photographed. It's represented. The miles are low. All I have to do is look at my Chase says I can afford it. I just have to click buy, and that's it. And it saves me from having to do all the things that you used to have to do to find a car like that. I mean, it used to, before all these major auction sites, even if we're talking internet, but before the major auction sites, it would take a lot of work to find a car like that.
No, most definitely. So it's and so I said we weren't going to talk about it, Matt. Okay, I said we weren't going to talk about Hondas and how. I'm just kidding.
It's a sore subject.
Yeah, no. Show me on the doll where the Honda touched you.
Some of the most fun cars I've ever reviewed have been hopped up, naturally aspirated Hondas.
Yeah.
Just fucking awesome.
You flogged him out at Grid Life, and
Oh, yeah.
I like that. I like the people, and you're like, look, if it breaks, it's not on me. Like I've seen you out there. I'm like, you driven, and then
You built this in a shed, bro. I can't be responsible for what
yeah. And then
happens.
I remember one car. You're like, nah, I'm good. Like,
Oh, remember the exoskeleton cars?
yes.
I was like, yeah,
You're
no.
like, nah, those are booger welds. I don't even know if that's a weld. That literally might be gum spray painted silver. I remember you're like, nah, that was at Gingerman Raceway.
Remember the Death Fiero?
Yes.
That black Fiero?
Yeah. That might
thing
have
was-
been the one that you were kind of like, ooh.
I had a go in it, though. I went for it. It was shady as could be.
Yeah.
It actually could have been better, but
Ooh, wee, Rick.
the way that the... So look at the pull up the engine shot, Zach, at the top row there.
What
it
is
was
is it a 4SG?
a 4G63. It was an
yeah,
Evo motor
yeah.
tuned to an alleged 750 horsepower. But the thing I don't know what it was. If it was 500 or 600 or 700,
Kirkies,
what would be
too.
the difference? The Kirkies. But like, look at the... And I don't know if there's anything you could do about this.
The exhaust?
No, the fact that the engine is basically behind the driver's seat.
Yeah.
It's off-center to the left. I don't know if there's any way to change that.
So it was just rear-wheel drive, right?
It was rear-wheel drive, but basically what would happen is you'd turn the wheel to the left, and the ballast of the engine and the
Oh,
driver
yeah.
meant you would have a really nice amount of grip in left turns. In right turns, it was the opposite, and you'd have the gnarliest snap oversteer because the
wow.
weight distribution was just all kinds of fucked up, and there's really nothing you could do about it.
Because the Fiero is just such a specimen of a vehicle out of the box.
Yeah, well,
they
and,
throw more
and,
horsepower at
in the Evo, when that engine was in an Evo, it was off centered in the front, but you had the all wheel drive system, and you had all this other shit
Kind of offsets it.
that offset
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
And oh,
yeah.
by the way, it was the other way.
Yeah.
it was offset to
Oh,
the
boy.
passenger side.
Oh boy, somebody put it in the grave. Yeah.
Someone rendered it.
Yeah.
That was a good piece I wrote for the drive about driving the Death Fiero to
Do
feel.
you still do
feelings
the
again.
drive? Does the drive still exist?
The drive still exists.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you part of
Good
it?
people are running the drive. I'm not really. They've asked me to write something for Car Bibles, which is a subsidiary of the drive. But I more regularly write for Road and Track these days. But I'm not exclusive, bro.
Yeah,
Not
you're-
exclusive.
you're
But there's very
Switzerland.
good people running the drive right now.
That's good. That was nice.
Really
It's
nice
complimentary.
folks are running the drive right now.
That's good.
I recommend, and it's a very diverse team.
Yeah.
That's writing for them too. A lot of different good perspectives.
So I asked you a while ago your 3 people that you want to hang out with. Who are they?
For my
Rat Pack.
my Rat Pack.
Hey Matt, congratulations.
Well,
these,
it'd be,
these 3 people
be a
are
real
here.
stretch, but you gotta have Eddie Vedder.
Okay.
Gotta have Eddie Vedder. Let's see.
You've met him.
No, never.
You haven't?
I've never met any
You don't
members
wanna
of
meet him?
Pearl Jam. I don't.
I know. I'm saying, do you want to meet him? 'Cause
Yes.
okay.
I would love
you
to
just
meet
said
Eddie.
you did.
No, I would love to meet Eddie Vedder.
Okay.
Oh man, I should have taken the time in the interim to be prepared for this one.
You got to do multiple things at once.
Right. Let's see.
Multitasking.
Eddie Vedder, Lewis Hamilton.
Okay. You haven't met Lewis?
No.
Okay.
No. And I'd really want to get
Just get some profound. Can I get one for you?
Can you get one for me?
No, can I put one in that I think would just really
Okay.
add to that dynamic?
Okay.
And again, this is not taking into consideration how they'll meld together because my 3 I think would have a good time together.
Yeah.
But this is being completely disruptive and just throwing a wrench in the system.
Okay.
I think Elon in that would just be.
I don't think I would get along very well.
I know
with
you
him.
wouldn't. It wasn't more with the other people; it was more with you.
Yeah, I don't
But
think I
I
do.
think it would just be a dynamic.
Matt's
look,
cleaning up an oil spill,
Eddie-
and Jared's like, I got a flare.
Yeah. You guys want to see some back to Sarah the Incredible, the Magnificent. Just, you guys want to see a trick? And just, but anyways, Lewis Hamilton, Elon Musk, Eddie Vedder. All joking aside, I know that would not.
I don't
be
think. I mean,
your cup of tea.
The third one is someone I've hung out with a couple times, and I don't think they. I don't think they wouldn't get along. But it's bit like I've hung out with Seinfeld a couple of times, and just because his show and comedy was such an icon of
Yeah.
my youth, and it's such a surreal experience when I do get to hang out with him, that I think that extending that experience further would be very, very fun. I don't know how well he would get along with Eddie Vedder and Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
It's a different generation.
Yeah.
But that could be a good third. I would have a comic. It would definitely be a comic.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of which comic. Segura, but we're already like
Bill Burr,
Bill Burr.
because he's a car guy.
Bill Burr, Lewis Hamilton, and Eddie Vedder together.
And you.
I think that would be good.
Yeah.
I think that would be very good fun. Good call on Bill
Yeah,
Burr.
Bill Burr is fantastic.
Yeah, Bill Burr.
And he'd just be like,
and I've never met him before.
What the fuck? What do you mean? What are you fucking talking about, Lewis? You fucking blew it. You fucking blew it. It wasn't that one last lap. It's a fucking season, Lewis. It's a fucking season. It's not one lap.
I'm the only person who didn't watch the race the other day.
Oh, did I ruin it for you?
No.
Okay, it's like
No.
It's like
The
if you
very-
ask me like
All you have to do is check Twitter and you're like,
The
whoa.
very next second,
the
everybody was talking
moment I
about
woke
it.
up, I'm like, all right, match one. It's like asking people like, oh, have you seen Breaking Bad? I don't want to ruin it for you. Fuck you. If you haven't seen Breaking Bad yet, it's
Yeah.
like, don't say anything. I haven't seen it yet. It's been 10 years. since the
Spoiler
fucking
alert
show
on The
wrapped.
Godfather.
Spoiler alerts,
Yeah.
you get 6 months.
Yeah,
6
exactly.
months,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
we're done.
Yeah, I get it.
agree.
Like Game of Thrones, Star Wars, just any fantasy shit. Like, don't like. Did you see it? Okay, don't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
You know,
Breaking Bad, it's okay.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah,
now.
that's a rap fan.
Yeah.
Ted Lasso, don't ruin it for me. Like I've seen all Ted Lassos. You've
like
seen Ted Lasso, right?
I have seen Ted Lasso.
Best show on TV. That
I
you
enjoy.
yeah.
I enjoy the fuck out of Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso is, dude.
And I'm hate watching Succession right now.
I don't know that show.
Oh, you know, on HBO, it's about like a Rupert Murdoch-like character
Okay.
and his shitty family.
Oh,
There's
okay.
just every
wife
character
probably
on the
watches
show is very hateable.
My wife probably
Most
watched it.
hateable people.
Really?
Is it like
fucking
Billions, but it's on HBO? Because Billions is Showtime, I think.
Kind of, yes, except instead of like hedge fund, it's like an evil media empire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Beatles documentary?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
But I'm not that into the Beatles, so it's just not made it really.
You're a
in
Rolling
my...
Stones guy, aren't you? You're like, oh, Rolling Stones.
No.
Okay.
I mean, if I had to choose one, I'd probably choose Beatles over Stones, but I'm just
Really?
not that Beatlesy.
All right. It's
What
fine.
I respect about the Stones is that the healthiest one in the band died first.
That's true.
That's the
and the
everyone
one that you
else
thought would die first is outliving us.
is
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a straight cockroach.
100%.
You know what he says about that, right? He says you got to buy the expensive drugs. That's what, like, fact. He said that multiple times. He's like,
clean
yeah.
ones.
He's like, how did you live? You did all these. He's like, I bought the expensive drugs.
Yeah.
And only a little bit. That's what, in his book. He's like, I only did a little.
Yep.
Everybody thinks I'm doing heroes
just
dose.
a little.
No.
Yeah.
Up, down.
Well, yeah, if you don't go to rehab and you just, because that's when you come out of rehab, you do the big dose, the Philip Seymour Hoffman. If you never go to rehab, then you keep that dose steady.
That's the Keith Richards.
That's the key.
You never
the
go
key.
to rehab. You never do the heroes dose.
Matt's a post rehab consultant. I like that. Yeah, just don't go full rehab.
Don't
I
listen
wish
to
I
me
had the
for
more you
advice
know
on
music
drugs.
queued up right now. Blip, 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 blip.
Do not listen to me for advice on
Yeah.
drugs.
So
I stopped doing drugs and then regretted it.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So thanks for asking. My three people would be.
You're right.
No, I'm joking.
No, but now I'm interested. Now you drew me in.
Again, I really do like this as an icebreaker question. You can use this similar to another great icebreaker, kind of sitting around awkwardly, maybe for a shoot. You're kind of sitting there for hours on end. One that I really enjoy is that what's the best Snickers size candy bar? Is it king size? Hold on, don't hold. Here's your options: A, B, C, or D. Is it king size? Is it standard truck stop size, right? Standard, okay. You Snack Shack, you go to Little League game, kind of standard.
4-incher.
Yep, standard. And then you got Snickers Fun Size, the Halloween candy. It says literally Fun Size on the packaging, or the Snickers Snackers, aka the 1x1. Okay, those gold foil, tradition at your grandma's house and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So Snickers Snackers, Fun Size, truck stop size, or share size? Okay, let's get weird. Twix just called. They want their fucking 2 bars in a package back. So the correct answer is
those Twix run parallel. This is different.
Oh, this is different.
I'm
in
going
line,
with
they're
the mini.
docking.
Going with the mini. The small
the
one.
Snickers Snacker, the mini,
the tiny one.
the 1x1.
Not this one that's like wrapped like a
that's
fucking
weird.
Tootsie Roll. The
Ew.
square, 1x1. Yes,
Okay.
the 1x1.
That's wrong. The correct answer is Fun Size.
Why?
Just because it's the best one.
one
obviously, there's no
My
right
fucking
answer.
general manager downstairs has a terrible diet. And
I got him a Snickers today.
keeps stocking the fucking shop with candy and shit. And he left a pint glass full of them mini Snickers on here.
Real quick, slice and share. It's a Snickers
Slice
cake.
and share.
Are you kidding me, dude? Just
Yeah.
peanut butter nougat.
Slice and
Chocolate.
share. You are responsible for cutting this into whatever size pieces you
That's
want.
like Korean barbecue. It should be cheaper. I'm fucking cooking it myself.
It's true.
Why is it more expensive? Sushi should be cheap. You're not even cooking it. I sound like Seinfeld. I'm Seinfeld around.
Well,
Why
did you
do
see the Seinfeld where they're cutting candy bars?
Yeah.
He's with a fork and knife.
I saw a photo of you. Who was it? It was like, I think it was Johnny. I think it was Lieberman, you, Seinfeld, somebody else.
Spike,
important.
Leno,
Spike,
and Bruce Meyer.
Leno and Bruce.
Yeah,
There
it
you
was
go.
the Get out of Malibu, Lebowski shot.
Yeah.
It was during the Battle of Malibu.
That was a great photo.
Which we won, by the way.
Oh, really?
What'd
you win?
The right to hang out in car. The police were blocking off all the fucking parking lots at the Malibu Country Mart to keep car guys out. And we had the LA Times wrote a whole fucking thing about it.
Got it.
And it made the city look awful, and they gave up.
Really?
They went home. Yeah,
Dude, straight. Did you turn around your hat
Battle
over the
of
top
Malibu.
and say like it's like a switch, and you just broke their wrists in an arm wrestling match? Malibu versus the Cars.
It was like a thing.
Dude, that's
it
awesome.
really was a thing.
That's dope.
You won't find that.
Oh, you
photo
got Tony.
on-
I forgot you had Tony Angelo on here.
Yeah, Tony's great.
You know, Tony lived with. So Tony Angelo, I was working at Racer Magazine.
Wait, I want your 3 though.
Oh, previous Anthony Bourdain, but
Well,
they
of
have to be
course.
living. They have to be
Yeah,
living.
I have a whole other dead one.
Yeah, no.
If there was
yeah,
a
that
dead
could go
one,
on forever.
yeah.
Jimi Hendrix. And,
Right.
Yeah, like we could go on.
Even
forever.
if we just people who died in the last 5 years, I could fucking go. I have a whole other
I
list,
know.
but go on. Yeah.
So Bourdain is up there, but
Of course,
obviously
that's
RIP.
number 1 of
Yes.
all time.
Yep. So here we go. The Rock is one. The Rock is one, and I'll justify. He's gone through divorce. He works with his ex-wife. Danny Garcia. They've created multiple companies. They bought XFL together. They've made multiple TV shows.
Is XFL happening?
I don't know. But regardless,
Okay. Anyway,
I mean, there's still the Bikini Bowl that happens every year, Matt. So just focus on the eyes on the prize, okay? Or Puppy Bowl. Or Cat. When are you going to introduce Cat Bowl?
Cat Bowl would be very difficult.
Uneventful.
Be very difficult.
It'd be like herding cats. Wait, that's literally the figure of speech that is literal. So
It's gonna have to be like CGI deep fake Cat Bowl.
they're just puppies.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, roof. So The Rock, because I like his path of trajectory, and that's double trajectory.
Path of trajectory.
Yes,
Yeah, sure.
just his path and what he's done and how he's seen some failures and seen some successes, and then I like that. Would like to chew on his ear about that. Justin Timberlake, another gentleman who has seen so many different seasons. Let's call it Mickey Mouse Club, In Sync, single solo artists, the women he's been with, and now he's landed Jessica Alba. He's got kids. Jessica Biel. Thank you, not Alba.
Different Jessica.
Different Jessica. My bad. I digress. Jessica Biel, and so I just think he's interesting. His brand, his likeness. He seems like a likable guy. He'll have bourbon with you. He's Kentucky. I kind of like that approachability about him. And then last one is John Mayer, because I like his sexual resume, and all joking aside,
Between him and Justin, you'll have a lot to talk about then.
I know, yeah. So I'm joking about that. I like his brand. I feel like we've grown up with him. I say my wife and I, because I remember when we got married back in 2002. We married.
It's like the body is a wonderland period.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, your bubblegum tongue, dude.
Yeah.
With Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the video. So, but he's progressed, similar to I really love Kings of Leon. They're one of my favorite bands. Not that they are in my. I met them I met 2 of the dudes at a Portland airport one time and bought them beers, and we're talking about Gumball. But those 3 people, and I think they're interesting. John Mayer, again, his progression of music, he's developed like potentially myself, not concurrently, and obviously he has a stardom. But I think he's somebody that I can hang out with. His sense of humor is amazing. Like that Instagram show that he had was awesome.
Yeah, it was
Current
funny.
Mood,
I remember that. Yeah.
Current Mood with the drawings of that one girl, Lisa Frank, that were like the Trapper Keeper drawing. His sense of humor I really like.
He's got a good watch collection.
Oh yeah. By the way, I saw you just look down at my wrist. I have one really nice watch.
You have Planet Ocean, don't you?
I do.
I know you rock a Planet Ocean.
I have,
yeah.
and that was my first Father's Day gift. That's my only really nice watch outside of I have some nice Nixons. My buddy Chad DeAnda started Nixon watches. So I've had a Nixon since day one, and I have a bunch of Nixons. I was actually trying to acquire it before I came on the show. They have a Grateful Dead Nixon collab that's
cool.
pretty fire. It has Rick Griffin font for the
that's
numbers,
fun.
for
Yeah,
the
that's
main
cool.
numbers, 3, 6, 9, and 12. But it's out of stock, so they're looking for one to be returned, and then they will gift one. Yeah.
My pal Vinny is a major Nixon enthusiast as well, and has like a dozen fucking Nixons. That's what I rocked in high school. In high school, I was like first on the Nixon train.
Have you seen, like, pull up, Zach, some of their watches? Pull up that Grateful Dead one. But they have some really nice ones. Like Sal Masakela has always been on flow from them. He just dropped one on Instagram the other day, a really beautiful gold one. And I had what was called the Superhero, their first digital. Like, it's really cool. But it's got green emeralds right there, the far right. You had it. Down, second row, fourth over. the diplomatic.
Oh yeah.
It's
with
nice.
like the
emerald.
bones numbers.
Yeah,
So that one's pretty cool.
That's Rick Griffin. So that the artist
And
who
the
created
watch
that
winder
font.
is on the left side.
And see the Steal Your Face, the
It's
11,
fucking,
the 11-point bowl
it's
with the
lefty.
marble. That's nice.
Do you ever see Mr. Jones watches? You ever fuck with a Mr. Jones watch? You heard of it?
I'm not a big fan of Crowning Crows.
Mr. Jones makes fucking cool.
I'm not familiar.
Zach, give me a Mr. Jones watch because there's one called like, I think it's called Lazy Sunday or something.
Oh,
and it's
wow, okay.
the one second row on the left. It's
What is that? Second row on the left.
it's like an
that's
octopus.
dope. Oh, what people?
There's like weird cartoon characters.
that's
There's one that's the one under it to the right, bottom right. Yeah, it's
floating.
it's someone floating in a pool with like a rubber ducky that
that.
counts the minutes.
That's cool.
Yeah,
And they're
Mr.
reasonable.
Jones has some.
$300.
Yeah, under 500, and you get some really fun like characters.
I almost bought the Hodinkee G-Shock that John
yeah.
Mayer did. I almost bought it. I like could have bought one. I was like, I don't need a G-Shock. Like
If you're gonna get a G-Shock, get the gold G-Shock.
Yeah.
that's the one.
I have an old, I have an Illis G-Shock, Mark Arsenal. You should get Mark on the podcast. He's a really interesting guy. Do you know Mark?
No.
Do you know who he is?
No.
Oh,
Who is he?
Mark Arsenal. Mark Arsenal started Fat Lace and Illis.
Oh.
He's
Oh, yeah.
He's RWB
I know what
America.
those are.
Yeah, he's RWB America.
Oh,
Yeah, he
I've
kinda
heard of
had-
all three of those things.
Yeah. So that's Mark. He lives up in the Bay Area. Fantastic
cool.
dude. We're birthday bros. He's slightly older than me, but yeah, there's that.
That's the John
It's
Mayer
nice. And
G-Shock.
I love John Mayer's watch. Is inspired by his Casio keyboard that he actually had as a kid. So the color and the lighting mimics his old Casio keyboard.
I had someone lose their mind because I identified their fucking G-Shock as the John Mayer one.
Wow.
Obviously, if you buy
Yeah.
that and you wear it out in public,
That's a total dude watch.
nobody. It's right. It's like driving an R32 Sky.
Yes, I knew you were gonna say it. I knew you were gonna say it.
Only nerdy dudes will give a fuck about that kind
Sick
of thing.
car, bro.
Yeah.
Sick car, bro. You never hear like, oh yeah, R34. Like you do not hear that.
Patrick George from the fucking Drive had the funniest tweet about that. He was like, if you stop someone at a gas station, you go, it's nice R32. Dude. He goes, and they go, yeah, it's got like 700 horsepower, but don't tell anyone you saw me here because I got warrants. It's like the most. That's everybody with a Skyline.
Right. Oh, by the way, back to the couch, going full circle because here we are. Again, I have never been clinically described as having ADD, but I think it's more diversion and just kind of sparks. So that's where it goes. The couch that we talked on the beginning of the show, Adrian Persall, yada, yada, yada. I was just at Nitro Rallycross Jacksonville last weekend, and this dude named Ricky, he's kind of in charge of branding. So there's cohesiveness as far as all the Nitro brands, because there's a family of Nitro Circus, Street League Skateboarding, Nitro Rallycross. Those are all part of the same family called Thrill One. And anyways, this dude Ricky's part of that, and we've partied throughout every stop. Here's our final stop, the fifth stop. Beside the point, I'm leaving the catering tent, and Ricky pulls up in the car. He's like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" He's like, "Dude, you want to ride?" I was like, "Yeah, bro." Like, boom, jump in, plop in, got my backpack. He's like, "Dude, nice to see you. Sick couch, bro." So total, but the game respect game. He's like, "Dude, sick couch, bro."
The couch.
Like, I've never thought something you fart on would get so much.
It's a really cool
accolades.
couch. It's a really fucking cool couch.
I appreciate it. Yeah, Adrian Persall. And that's
works
that's
so
our
well in
living
your
room.
house,
You got to come
too.
see the view, bro.
I know. I really want to see that house. That house has its own Instagram account.
Yep.
50/50 post and beam.
Yep. Yeah. I'm always concerned about that because you could really look it up and see where I live. But if anybody really wants to hurt me, they'll know where I live.
I mean, you live. It's in Riverside. No one's going out there.
Good point. Dude, Riverside has such a bad rap, and this is me even growing up in Poway, California. So we'll get to some of my story here. Not that that's what podcasts are all about, but they remember K-Rock just used to, or I don't know if you remember. Yeah, I mean when you first moved here, K-Rock is continually ripping on tall socks like Fools Gone Wild and flat brims. You know, that's a home of Metal Militia. That's Bro 5000 pre-runners that didn't have painted fenders. Like that was the epicenter of it.
Yeah.
A particular style, 909, but now it's 951 as well. Even 760, right?
I don't pay attention to anyone's area codes anymore. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, 313s, 818s, right? You got hoes in different area codes. I get it, Matt. So, but Riverside has so much history. So I'd love to educate you on it, and it's really cool.
I don't shit on Riverside for being Riverside. It's just because it's far away.
Yes, fact.
That's all.
Do you know Ryan at Rywire? So he builds, I'll give you one guess what he builds. Rywire, what do you think?
Electric bicycles.
No, he builds like electric
Cables?
looms and stuff, like wiring harnesses.
Oh, okay.
So
That was my next guess.
Yeah, his house is sick. He built a really cool garage that I think you'd really like, and he talked about it with Vin. and I can't remember his Instagram, but I think it's Rywire. It might be Ryan Rywire Basseri. He sent me some photos. Yeah, Motorsport Wiring Harness. There it is.
Oh.
So his garage, his house garage, he built into something really, really cool. I don't know if it's on his personal. Just scroll through, check it out. But he was like, dude, we need to do a. See the EF in front of his house? That's his house, but his garage is dope. Hopefully, so it's to the right, and you pull the car in there, and he has his EF with his Mugens and his Mugen bumper.
Ooh, I like those wheels.
I think
Those
it might
are
be around the
fucking
back.
cool.
Those are Mugens.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I don't think those are M7s or C7s, but he has a cool garage. But I say all that because at SEMA, he's like, bro, love your house. Like, kind of cool house, bro. We need to do a automotive cruise.
Should we do a mid-century tour?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at.
I'm into that.
Thank you for wrapping that up.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of people that are in that same vibe.
Like you said, Vin at Hoonigan.
Sarah and Webland,
Scotto,
who are doing My House, Scotto, you, this dude.
That guy.
That's a whole
It's a vibe.
That's a whole crew.
It's a vibe. And there's more.
And if you made it, let's see.
Riverside's the furthest for sure.
Riverside's the furthest. Long Beach.
We could continue on to Palm Springs, though.
that's
and go
a
out
day
to
of
Thermal.
driving. That's a day of driving
We could
for
do a
sure.
whole.
That is,
You got to continue to Palm Springs.
Yeah, got to
Yeah.
continue.
Or-
I'm going to mid mod week. Are you going to mid mod week?
What's mid mod week? I don't even know what that is.
Bro, come on.
What is it?
Palm Springs is a week of like mid mod.
Oh, right.
Tours,
Yeah,
openings.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
this whole like you go to this is crazy.
Modernism week.
Modernism week. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
There's
We're
posters
going.
for it all
So
over.
it's a bunch of stuff.
When
We're
is
going.
it? 2022.
Yeah. I don't. It's like. It's coming up. New events
Cocktail
added.
parties, freight house tours, home tours.
Yeah.
It is actually the kind of thing I would want to do.
It is dope.
Have you been before? Is it awesome?
No, never been.
Okay.
And so I've always wanted to own a mid-century modern house, and now we moved from Arizona back to California because we want to pay taxes, and heard there's a lot of room because I was moving. Traffic was seamless coming back into California. Just the traffic going the other way. Did you ever see my story about how when we moved to from Arizona to California?
No.
Okay, you never saw when the truck flipped?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, so we were in Arizona for 15 years. And then basically my wife's like, hey, let's move out to California. I'm going to make this really long story longer. But basically we were going to move back. And we were going to move in with my brother, and we did. But we packed up 2 Tundras, my wife's Explorer at the time, a 16-foot box truck, and a 26-foot box truck. My brother works in the truck leasing business. So
okay. So you had trucks.
He drove out. Yeah, we had trucks, and he picked up a 26-foot in Phoenix to bring back to his company. So kind of added to his fleet. Well, coming down into Indio, where there's like the two-lane roads, the kind of the dirt and the hills, kind of you can oversee the polo fields where Coachella's held. Yeah. Coming down into the 29 Casino or whatever it's called. Well, my brother's bringing up the rear. We're texting each other. Oh, I'm gonna pull over. I'm gonna go pee. All right, cool. My brother's like, I flipped. I crashed. My brother was bringing up the rear. He's in the right-hand lane. He's in slow lane. 26-foot box truck. Pow! Front left tire pops. Boof! Goes across the lane. Fortunately, nobody was there. Boom! If he was like 15 feet further, it would have been like a 40-foot drop because it's where the bridges were.
Whoa.
If he was further back, drop. He hits the berm, and boosh! Just load the 26-foot box truck on its side. All our shit all over.
So he was okay?
So he texts, I'm okay. His phone was connected to the cable, went through the windshield. He didn't. He had his seatbelt on, pulls his phone back, and had the opportunity to text. I pull back, holy shit. Blocked the road on the side.
Yard sale everywhere.
My Snap-on kegerator, our sick couch, bro. Not that couch, I'm joking. But everything's all over. So blocking a lane, and the couch.
This was the brand new truck, too?
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's
no.
added to his fleet. Anyways, long story short,
That sucks.
I go back and circle back, and we go back there, and dude. The guy, Caltrans guy, goes like, "Wait, you're moving from Arizona to California? Turn around now. This is a sign. Just go the fuck back to Arizona. Don't stay. Do not pass go." He says, "Dude, I've seen way little, and people way less than this, and people dead." Yeah. So
crashing a big truck like that could be some fucking dangerous business.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We were just driving up on the 46 outside of Paso, and all of a sudden, we see fucking like. We see lots of sirens and big construction equipment, and we look off to the side, and there's a fucking 18-wheeler on its side, like 75 feet off the road. Whoa! Like I don't know how it got that far off, but and there's a bunch of dudes like scratching their heads, like how the fuck we can get this thing out of here? And they were still cleaning it up when we drove by the next day.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And yeah, so when that happens, it's not like they have like a front loader and put it in something. They're like, cool, you just trashed the hotel room, clean it up. So I had to run down to Indio, find the biggest U-Haul they had, paid like $250. I need something. Got the
While
biggest one
their
they had.
street is like blocked
Yeah,
off. Oh my
my
God.
sister-in-law came back. We drove down, got a U-Haul. People are just flicking us off because it made the news. Like
Yeah.
we blocked one lane because that's like just coming in. That's
traffic
the only
for
place
miles.
traffic for miles. And then I go get the truck. My brother calls some friends from Riverside because it's an hour outside. We're just an hour away from being home. And we load stuff up as much as we can. The other stuff, a truck comes, a big, huge crane to like wrap a wire around to stand it up. Psh, it breaks. The first crane breaks. Second crane comes. Finally, let's get out of here. Let's go. We get to the house, to my brother's house, and we unload some stuff, and then we have to take some stuff to storage unit. Well, when I rented the truck in Indio, I said, can I drop it in Riverside? No, you got to bring it back to Indio. I said, okay, well, I'm going to bring it back tomorrow. I don't want to pay $500 for this rental car. Go do all that shit, drop it off. 24 hours later, like 22 hours later, right after the thing, I'm driving back halfway through. U-Haul blows up. Fucking just pissing.
The motor?
The motor just
Oh,
popped.
my God.
I'm 30 minutes. I'm halfway there. My brother's following me because we were gonna pick up some stuff for the truck at the yard.
Oh my God.
And that's how we entered California.
That's how you moved back to
I
California.
mean, this is like the Donner Party.
That's
of the
shitty. You earned
2020
that couch.
Yeah,
You earned that fucking awesome couch.
We did.
You suffered for that couch.
Yeah. So I've been announcing Formula Drift for 18 years. I work with such brands as Hot Wheels, Snap-on Tools, Harley Davidson.
Oh my God.
Announced
And
Nitro
you're-
Rallycross.
Your
and
karma has built up to that moment.
Karma chameleon, baby.
That's
Loving
crazy,
was easy,
man.
living a life like dream.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
That's a
yeah.
fucking story, dude.
Yeah, and we got plenty of them, but yeah, you're some of all your experiences, man, and I'm again just moving back here to California. I was born in the Bay Area, moved to San Diego, Poway, California to be specific. When my parents divorced, so second grade. Met my wife at SEMA Show in 1999.
What was she doing there?
She was working at Tenneco Automotive. So my wife has 2 degrees, one in automotive aftermarket and one automotive marketing. She went to a school called Northwood University.
A degree in automotive aftermarket.
Yes, sir.
What do you learn in that? What is that? What is that?
Don't
for?
really know. I mean, but she knows. So the school she went to, I've never asked that. It's a great question. Married 19 years.
I didn't know that was a thing you could get a degree in.
She went to a school in
Aftermarket.
Midland, Michigan. There's also a campus in Florida. It's called Northwood University. And
A super auto industry school.
the intention of the college is to educate the young, supple minds of men and women because they are offspring of dealership owners.
Oh.
Don't want to hand over the keys of the castle without education
Oh,
on
how interesting.
automotive and marketing. So
Automotive
it's
aftermarket management degree at Northwood. Let's see. Oh, here's a alumni project, E30.
yeah, they did a whole online thing. I was a guest on there. And
All
I
right,
helped
hang on.
curate
Let's
it with
scroll
them.
down a second. In our automotive aftermarket management track, you'll immediately begin taking courses in your major and have opportunities to participate in events such as Apex SEMA, lead land interviews with big name companies such as blah, 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 a whole bunch of aftermarket companies involved in an intensive senior capstone project that you'll pitch to leading industry professionals. Our employment rate for this major is nearly 100%. Okay. It basically sounds like you learn how to work at an aftermarket company. That's pretty much what that sounds
It's
like.
giving you very specific education. They work. They have what's called the car show every year. It's cool. And obviously my wife was direct placement. She had an opportunity to,
Remember when I said you were good at,
gosh.
good at, you didn't need headphones because you wouldn't do that very thing you just did?
sorry. Please don't. Please don't. Just kidding. So they give you the tools for success. So yeah, my wife's used it 100%. But anyway, she had job placement in Southern California immediately, but her mom was going through cancer, so she stayed in the Illinois area. So she worked at Tenneco. She did pit hospitality for Joe Amato, old cool Joe.
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't know, Tenneco does Dynamax, Walker, Rancho. No, not Rancho. Walker, Monroe. Right? Yeah, they do 4 brands, but primarily she was doing Dynamax.
Oh, cool.
And then when we met, she took that job doing some sort of like computer or something or other in San Juan Capistrano. So
nice.
I was getting paid $800 a month when I first met her, working at a magazine called Toy Machine Racing, sleeping on couches. TMR magazine was all about the street culture and street racing, and it's one of the best jobs I ever had. It was fun. A lot of
I bet
education.
that was cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Early OG. That's like
1999, 98, 2000. And I met her on the show floor, and then we went to Craig Paisley's house party, SEMA show.
Craig Paisley. I know Craig.
Yep.
World Motorsports.
That's
Craig.
right.
I just
World
saw
Industries.
him.
Yeah,
World Industries.
He was at Formula Drift. Not World Industries.
World Motorsports.
World Motorsports.
They got the wind tunnel
That was
dyno down
Rado's.
here.
That was Rado's whole racket. Where's Chris Rado?
I don't know. Where is Chris Rado?
I don't know.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he owns that shop though.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I used to party.
They've got a
and face
really
off with
nice
that dude.
dyno
Yeah.
down in Torrance or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
We got a couple questions from the Patreon people. If you want to ask questions on any of our shows, you got to be a member of the Patreon. Patreon.com/The Smoking Tire Podcast. Dan Mosqueda, is there? Okay.
These are them, so I didn't copy and paste.
Okay, cool. Dan Mosqueda says, do you think the FC1X EV platform, which is the new Rallycross
Nitro
EV
Rallycross,
car, will be adopted for more civilian uses like overlanding or desert racing?
Great question. I mean, if you see it and the abuse that these Rallycross vehicles take, I think it'd be great. I mean, have you seen Extreme E yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Andrew Coley, who my co-announcer for Nitro Rallycross, he calls that action, and you know those vehicles take a licking.
That seems like I haven't watched as much of the racing as I would like to, but it seems like an interesting racing series.
Yeah.
My friend Molly Taylor races in it.
Yeah, one of the LeDukes. I can't remember if it's Kyle or Todd. I think it's Kyle LeDuc. Lot of Europeans racing that. So, anyways, to answer the question directly, I don't know if I don't see why not. I guess maybe just the development of it, and then it could progress into it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Jonathan K, as an avid golfer, I'd love to hear about your progression over the years. There's times I feel like selling all my clubs, and times I feel like I could tee it up on the Corn Ferry Tour with a bit more practice. Do you ever go through this, and what clubs are in your bag?
Absolutely. I'm currently at an 11 handicap. I've never kept my gin until
Nice.
I never kept my gin until we joined our country club, and I never thought I'd join a country club first and foremost. But it's cool, and yeah, just keeping track of it is important. But yeah, dude, I've shot anywhere from a 76 to 106.
Yeah,
and it just happens. But I currently have Sub 70s, which is a direct to consumer brand. They're based out of Sycamore, Illinois. Two really good dudes, Jason and Jay. They hook it up, and that's what my wife plays. And
Never
my
heard of
son
those.
plays.
I gotta check them out.
Yeah, direct to consumer. They kind of know what's in the sauce, so they kind of minimize and cut out the middleman. That way, the dollars stay in your pocket, as they say. But yeah, and notably, we joined this country club that we are ideally going to play tomorrow. But it's like you said, it's going to piss rain.
It's going to be 100%.
100%.
I think we're Helpsky on that one.
Corey Burns is like, let's just play Wednesday.
Yeah.
I know you're out, and Chris Jacobs is going to play with us. He's out. He's got to go to Arizona, actually.
boo.
He's expecting a baby. See
Oh,
that?
is he?
Yeah,
Congratulations,
Chris.
Chris. He needs to come back on the show. He was great when he was on the show last time.
My wife plays that track, our country club, for the first time. We joined in February. She played the first time on Friday. Brand new clubs. Never played the club. She gets a hole-in-one on 13.
Get the fuck out of here. Really?
Yeah. How sick is that?
That's crazy.
So at our country club, older, whiter dudes, you know, it's all good, gray hairs. So I show up tattooed, all raw dog, right? And then
They must love you.
Yeah, I'm again Momoa's fat cousin, and Jared, yeah, they do. And then my wife is Hole-in-One Girl, which is a terrible nickname for a woman around the clubhouse to have. I don't know if I really completely approve of that, but yeah.
Good for her, though.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I started playing golf with my dad when I was a little kid. That was like the one thing we could do together.
Yeah.
And he taught me to play, and he was at one point the best CEO golfer in the country. He lied to Golf Digest magazine and said that he was a 6 handicap.
Sandbagger.
And he was really a 2 because he didn't want the shareholders to think he was playing too much golf. If he told the truth, he would have been the number 1.
That's awesome.
And I always just played with my dad a lot, and now I play by myself a bit as well. I'm pretty good considering the fact that I play 3 times a year.
Yeah.
I don't put a lot of effort into it, but I'm still probably, like, if I had to guess, I'm probably like somewhere between a 15 and 18 handicap.
Yeah, so you'll bogey a lot of holes, but then you'll par.
If I took the time to line up my putts, I'm the most impatient fucking putter.
I get that.
And I miss so many 4-foot putts that if I really took the time to line them up, I could make. But I don't have the patience for that. I'll hit like 12 or 13 of 18 greens in regulation.
Yeah.
And then I'll miss the 4-foot putt for par.
Yeah.
That's my MO.
Yeah.
The clubs I play with are a company that doesn't exist anymore. They're called Zevo. They're from about 12 or 15 years ago, my irons.
Yeah.
They were custom made for me.
Yeah.
It was from one of those custom golf places, and I'm the same size then now as I was then. And I play with Titleist woods, and I love these irons, and I don't give a fuck that they don't make them anymore, and they're just fine.
And it's funny because somebody probably out there is a brand called Metalwood. My boy Cole Young, dude. There's more golf stuff on my feed than there is car stuff right now. But I'm just it just aggregates. But it's called Metalwood. It's all about kind of the '90s Fred Couples era, like the woods going to metal and like just that transition.
I played on the high school golf team.
Yeah.
And I played with woods.
Wow.
I played with Ping I2 wooden woods.
Sick.
And I was awesome with them for it on the high school golf team. And then eventually it was like, all right, come on, dude, let's move on from this.
That's it.
And my old man learned about custom clubs, and then we would get for my birthday every year, I'd get some custom club as being the thing, because that was the only thing we could talk about forever.
I didn't know I didn't know your lineage about your pops and that whole Ralph Lauren and all that side.
Pops is a heavy hitter.
That's dope. I had no idea about that. I love
born
Ralph
on
Lauren.
third base, motherfucker.
You what?
I was born on third base.
I don't understand what that means. What's that analogy? What does that mean?
Oh, it's like, people born on third base and think you hit a triple. It's that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I admit my privilege.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So it's like saying Silver Spoon.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Again, I don't know those figures of speech.
No,
I've
it's
never
cool.
heard that one.
I'm very proud of my dad. He's a fucking genius. The episodes of him on this show have been amazing.
Really?
Where he talks
Super
about
interesting.
business
Yep,
stuff.
really.
And yeah, he's a fucking genius.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's incredible.
And again, just like seeing the progression of you personally, and obviously the brand Smoking Tire, and seeing him walking in here, I was like, it's funny because again, I had to recount, or you had to recount of us hanging out there, but also I saw the burnt up tray over here. When
Bob Bondurant tray.
The Bob Bondurant lunch tray when we did drifting in a front wheel drive car and put trays underneath. It's a
Haven't forgot that.
Yeah, and I was there because I was living out in Arizona, and Corey Hosford, you and I.
Corey's killing it too.
Yeah,
Corey, like every time I see Corey doing announcing, it's such a fucking
Makes so
fun
much
time.
sense. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
he does a great
shut the
job
fuck
with it
up.
too, because he's insane.
Yeah, he is insane. He's found his calling, and that's crazy. It's just about the progression of certain things. And you were asking about early on if I knew about drifting. Growing up in the tuner culture, going to Tokyo Auto Salon in 1999, and just how things have progressed. I knew a little bit about drifting, like working at a shop called Group 5 Motorsports. We'd get one of the dudes is a Corolla guy, so he was really into run free, and that's when I first kind of saw drifting and kind of like Keiichi like doing some stuff and Option 2 videos, but it didn't really progress, and I didn't really go aha until D1 GP when Ryan and Jim, aka Slipstream Media at the time in 2003, brought it over, and also Ken Miyoshi of Import Show Off did Drift Show Off, and that's where Reese Milne was out there in his Mitsubishi Evo doing all-wheel drive drifts. There were Drifter X, you had Signal Auto, all these guys, and I'm like, dude, this is it, because at the time Import drag racing was imploding, it was cannibalizing itself. There were too many people fighting for too little racers. Yeah. So you had Nope, and you had IDRC and NIRA and all these different things, and NHRA trying to get involved, which is an American. So all these things. Drifting, I was like, dude, this is sick. It's style, it's freestyle motocross, it's all these things. You're selling parts, it's performance, it's it's style, it's all of it. Yeah. I was like, this is the next wave. Yeah. And that's where I saw drifting. And then I was working at Speedwell Footwear. I don't know if you remember that shoe company. I was working there for a while.
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, and I was working there, and Ryan and Jim were like, hey, you're charismatic, you want to try it? So that was 2004, and I parlayed it.
It's a right place, right time, for sure.
Yeah. I was like Bieber singing on the church steps, and homeboy comes along, and Usher sees me and pulls me up out of my Canadian roots and takes me to peaches getting in Georgia. You know what I mean? I get my peaches down in Georgia. I get my weed in California.
I like that part of that song.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Did you get notes after like the first
100%.
round of announcing? And it
called cars incorrectly. Like Datsun Zs and RX-7s, like the old body style. Mind you, like I'm looking the naked eye, I'm like, here comes this Datsun.
Yeah, like no feed.
280Z. Like everybody's like, that's an RX-7. There comes the FC. No, it's not an FC RX-7. It's an FB RX-7. Like just, yeah, and just even S chassis, I wasn't really familiar with like S13, S13.5, S14, S15, and then like a lot of the vernacular was created out of Formula Drift, like S13.4. Like I've created certain things.
There's a 0.4?
Yeah, because that's like that's an S13 with a 14 front end.
Oh, okay.
So it's either a 180 or a SIL 80.
Yeah.
You're up there in the booth, you're like, it's not fair if they turn into Legos.
How many seasons was it until you were like, I know what I'm talking about now?
I mean, obviously, I'll say the first season, but I would, I would say honestly, just getting the stride because we had 4 rounds the first year. Atlanta, Sonoma, Houston, parking lot, and Irwindale. And then kind of it developed. It went like 4 to 5, and then went to 7 for a while, and then it went to 8. Now we're at 8. I'd say probably like the 3rd, 4th season, like it's on. Yeah. That's like we were going to Chicago, and it's like it's on G4 or it's on ESPN2.
G4, yeah.
And we were on Speed for a while. We were on NBC, CBS. Done it all, dude. Like been around, and now. Just live stream. I've always said it, but honestly, it's dictated by a lot of the sponsors.
Sure.
You get just this, I don't want to call it old school mentality, but a traditional approach. Like, what is the Nielsen ratings? What is this? Mm-hmm. And now you're seeing just the media and the medium having capabilities of reaching Formula Drift
now
has the ideal demographic, the absolutely ideal demographic. Everything from 10 years old. Here's my 7-year-old who knows all the drifters, and he's playing Need for Speed or he's playing Forza and he's doing that. And then you get old dudes. I remember like second year of Atlanta, I go to use the porta potty, and this guy's like, "Hey man, you're the announcer." I was like, "I've been coming to Road Atlanta. I've been to Petit Le Mans. I've been to all these things." He's like, "I found my new favorite motorsport."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm like 90 years old or something like that. And I was like, that's early on Formula Drift. And now,
now that you've got the FPV, the drone footage, so you can be like, video game perspective, kind of right there, and that they have that in basically a live feed. So if you're even if you're in the stands, you can get that shot. That's like a game changer. I'm
proud of it.
Now that people are used to wearing masks, this helps when you're in the stands at Formula Drift.
You're
like the Hoonigan Burn Yard. Right. It's like, oh, good, I've got this already.
Yep.
I already have them.
I'm really proud of drifting as a sport and it progressing and Formula Drift obviously rising to the top, and it's taken me around the world. And I was telling somebody the other day, I was really emotional going to Australia for the first time, seeing the Sydney Opera House. That's where, as Americans, you see New Year's is being kicked off. You see the Opera House, you see the bridge.
Sydney's fun, isn't it?
Off. Sydney's dope.
Yeah, it's a nice town.
Sydney, Melbourne. I've been there. And
Australia's a good spot.
Yeah. My favorite is...
You fuck with New Zealand yet?
New Zealand's my favorite.
New Zealand's the jam.
New Zealand's the best.
It's the best place on the planet.
I would move there, and I would strongly consider it. And I have friends that are like, dude, you could do well here. It's just it's expensive there, and you can't move to that country unless you really have a job.
Yeah, I have a customer here at the shop who I consider to be one of the luckiest people on the planet because he took a 2-year contract gig in New Zealand in December of 2019.
Ooh-wee.
And he's now like just chilling and making all kinds of money and not dealing with a whole lot of things that the rest of the world are dealing with. You pointed out the clown shoes; those are his.
Oh, okay,
both of them.
Yeah. Sick. I've been going there. I have a tattoo. I have a couple Kiwi tattoos. One is the Beach Daz whale. Oh, Beach Days. Actually, Forsberg. Chris Forsberg got the same one. We got him in New Zealand. Have you ever seen the video of the Beach Daz whale?
Yeah.
Go and look it up. You don't have to, Zach. But on Beach Days. And then I have Whānau on my chest, which is Maori for family. Yeah. So I go there every year. I missed it, but I took my family there pre-COVID, 2019.
It's the best place. It's the best place.
We were there for
on
2
Earth.
Weeks, bro.
2 weeks. It's a far flight. You want to be there. It's a week is not really enough in New Zealand.
Stayed like Mad Mike. I don't know if you know who Mad Mike is.
Yeah, Mad Mike's a sweetheart.
Love him, just dearly. Him and his wife and his kids, Jet and Link. I mean, I've experienced some great things with him over the year. Formula Drift Singapore, Formula Drift Malaysia, Formula Drift Thailand.
And if you need a motorsport reason to go to New Zealand, the Leadfoot Festival is like one of the most accessible.
Yep.
Like you're there, you're in it. If you know. It's really, really neat.
So and Mad Mike does a thing called Summer Bash, and I just go out there and it usually happens on crate day. So crate day is when you buy a whole rack of beer and everybody just gets lit. So I just get to drink beer and talk shit.
That's awesome.
That's Summer Bash. So we stayed at his house for a day, and then we went all around New Zealand. He gave us a Mazda like diesel CX-9, which is dope. And then we got to go down to Queenstown, stay at the Red Bull House there. We went bungee jumping, zip lining, wine tasting. Dude, New Zealand
wine is good. Yeah.
I mean,
it's a great place to road trip too. The roads are really nice. The scenery is epic.
They don't mind
awesome.
Americans.
No. Good food.
Great.
Good coffee.
Okay food.
I like their food. I like their Indian food.
Yeah.
The Indian food is epic down there.
That's not their
And I
food
like
then.
the fucking butter chicken pies. Those are the shit.
Oh yeah. What do they call? It's called something. They call their pockets they're not hot pockets.
Yeah, they're hand pies.
No, they're hand pies or something else. They call them something else.
They call them fucking hand
No,
pies.
they're not. They call them something else. They call them.
I'm pretty sure they call them hand pies.
No, beef and steak.
They're just
cheddar
pies,
cheese
dude.
Pies. All right.
They're just pies, man.
I think it's called something else. All right.
I think they're
doesn't matter.
fucking pies, bro.
Mince and cheese pies.
Meat
All right.
pies.
All right, meat pies.
Meat
All right,
pies.
you're right.
Yeah, they're
You're
just
right.
pies.
I digress.
They're
I
fucking
digress.
bomb.
All
Google
right.
says
Sorry.
meat
Yeah.
pie.
Hot pockets.
Yeah.
Mate. No, that's Australia.
Yeah. Well, let's call this fucking game
Yeah, man.
because that's a show. Our audience
All right.
has a very specific
Oh, do they?
attention span.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Well,
Hard
hopefully,
too.
Hopefully, I mean, if you want to have me on, you got to come.
I will
to my house.
reschedule the golf because I want
Yeah.
I want to see the course. I want to
Yep.
see the house.
Yep.
And we fucking made this gate with this date to play golf fucking a month and a half ago.
Yeah, we
I'm
did.
bummed that it's like
One
fucking
day of
never
rain.
rains here,
No.
but
It literally says 100%. When does
I
this-
know.
when does this
If
air?
it was
Like,
saying
immediately or
less
what?
than, if it was going to be less than like 40%, I would just come out and roll the dice. But 100,
No.
If it says 100 in LA, stay the fucking side.
Yeah, it's
Don't
gonna
even
be biblical.
Just yeah, it will.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine.
Are those animals 2x2 walking into the car storage here? Did you create Noah's Ark?
Imagine trying to drive across the entire county and 100% chance of rain.
Fuck me running. as
I
they say.
mean, no,
No.
no fucking thank you.
No, thank you.
Because we all know what happens.
And we know we're perfect drivers. It's the other people.
Very true.
Well, we know about tires and how they age and wear. You
Yep.
know, we know
Well-
about braking distance. We
Yep.
know we
when,
know.
when your BMW showed up, the wagon, you got it delivered. I had to drive my Crown Vic back from
Oh, yeah.
over in the valley, and I was like, I hope these tires are good because it's
Oh,
raining.
boy.
The one
Yeah.
day it had rained between last year and now.
Yeah.
Hey, what'd you think of Cletus McFarland's 2.4 hourly mullets and the whole Freedom 500? With
Dude,
the
that
Crown Vics?
shit looks awesome.
So I call
Super
those
fun.
events.
I mean,
Oh,
it
I'm
looks
so down.
He's
Yeah,
got a
I'm
really
so down.
strong business model there.
Yeah.
I hope he's making money doing that. It
He's
seems
doing
like
great.
he probably
and
is.
He's a sweetheart. Garrett, gosh, I'm spacing on his last name. Mitchell. Garrett Mitchell is his real name. Cletus McFarland is his alias. And
We want to have him
moniker.
on the show, but we want to wait until he's here in person.
Yeah.
because it's just a better vibe when
Absolutely.
when I've never met him in person
Oh, yeah.
before. We've chatted a couple times, but like we didn't want to do a virtual with him. We didn't want it to be in
You know, he's
person.
mega tall. He's like 6'7".
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he's a giraffe.
but we just like with people that we don't know that well, having like a Zoom is like if it's a really good friend, we'll do a Zoom and the vibe will be fine.
Right.
But like we got to get him in person.
No, absolutely. Yeah,
But it
he's good.
seems like a fucking. I mean, buying a racetrack and then having pay-per-view races at it with
Really?
YouTubers is
Yeah.
a very smart idea.
There are
Yeah.
a lot of small tracks around the world that are, or the country probably going, damn it, we should have thought of that.
I know.
Because there's like, wasn't there skid plate racing in Irwindale with Priuses and
Yep.
stuff? Like,
Yeah.
you know, that formula is
They
not
do the
new,
Circle
but
8
they do a
tracks. They
great
do all
job.
that. And
Yeah.
they almost got sold and closed and all that. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, the soil's shit. You can't do anything here. So I heard Monster almost bought it and stuff like that. But yeah, Cletus is a great guy.
Fun events.
Thank you guys for having me on here. You can, I do a bunch of other random shit, and I'm really proud. Thank you for having me on. I respect your progression.
You've had long
shit.
fucking. Your career can vote.
Exactly.
You're fucking announcing career
what is
can
it?
vote.
Patton Oswalt or Bill Burr. Somebody says, "Yeah, man, 18 years old." Oh, it's Patton Oswalt's about birthdays.
Yep.
Right. You turn
It's great.
18, you shoot a gun through a ballot, smoking a cigarette. That's
Yeah.
what you get to do.
After
dude.
30, like no birthdays.
Yeah, no
once
birthdays.
a decade.
Every 10
Hey,
years.
I'm 33. Who gives a shit?
Shut the
Go to
fuck
work.
up. Go to work.
When you pulled in, my staff downstairs goes, "Dude, how come every guest in your podcast drives a giant truck?"
I just backed and crashed.
they're-
Did you see the other day?
No, I was like,
Fucking
they're all
backed
fucking race people. I was like, race people drive fucking giant
Forsberg
trucks.
showed up. I had to go back to valet days because he looks at me. He's like, "Hey man, where should I put this?" Like, I'll park it. You go inside. Like, I'll find a spot for this thing.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we need to have like Amelia Hartford showed up with a fucking enormous truck. Like
Did she?
everybody shows up with a Super Duty.
Yeah, it was just whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
mine's a Tundra, but yeah, I backed
But
into
still,
something the
it's
other
big.
day. Yeah,
It's a big boy.
It's big. It's a big boy.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming. Golf soon when it's not raining.
Yeah, appreciate
and Jarod Jarod DeAnda on the gram, and listen to him fucking yapping at every cool motorsport event.
And
thanks,
golfing.
buddy, and thanks for the coffee mug.
Oh yeah,
appreciate
Yeah,
that.
you're welcome.
That
Thank
is
you guys.
excellent.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you.
Mid-century for
One
life.
joke. It was
I
good.
got 5 in.
You got count.
I got-
Thank you so much.
All right.
Peace out.
Bye.